Everyone, and welcome to the Renkor Chronicles. This is a show about D&D where we send a party of four into a fantastical homebrew world named Valine. They go on adventures filled with intrigue, battle, and discovery. My name is Angel, I'm the DM, and I'm joined by these four fantastic people who will play our characters. Before we get off, I want to just set a disclaimer that Dan's audio might not be working, so it might not be a productive session. So, Dan, could you speak for a moment?
My audio is fine.
Oh, it is? Okay,
okay.
cool. Just checking, because you were like talking and pointing to yourself, and I wasn't hearing anything.
I didn't
So
realize
we'll go off.
that was fantastic.
But down to the actual disclaimer, we're playing in a homebrew world, so some things might not be as you expect, and we also have some homebrew rules that are more conducive to the way we play. Now that's all out of the way. Let's actually play some D&D. Last time we left off our party, they went to contact Serena Frostwood, got some information. After that, they went to Durant Shortfall and also contacted a man by the name of Maurice Descartes that they later found out was actually in contact with Jafar Blackbrand and happened to be inflicted with lycanthropy. After that, they decided to they also, during all of this, went to the Ironheart tree and discovered that tree is strange and has a lot of wood. After that, they went to Serena Frostwood, and then they decided that she would help her go to Jafar's house and end up in their basement. So we joined back with the party in front of Jafar's house. Serena Frostwood's with you. What do you guys want to do? Before we go in, I'd just like to mention, when we get into the basement, I can set I wouldn't say portal of sorts that we can all run into if anything looks untoward.
All right.
Is everybody ready? We can head in.
I've just got one stream thing to fix.
Okay.
Okay. Stream people. Lily, can you test? Oh no, the buttons are gone now. Doesn't matter. Afternoon, Lily. Alright, let's get into it. Let's play some D&D.
Right. So, Serena, Zerb, do you guys want to go into Jafar's house?
I open my arms and show someone else the way first. After
right.
you guys.
So going in, everything is pretty much the same. Do you guys want to head right to the basement?
No.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
All right. Serena's with you, so I'll add her.
So before we enter their house, let me get this map sorted out. Where am I? Where's my token?
It should be
In front of you.
I forgot how to select it.
The green or the one. Just click on it.
Select.
Click on it.
There we go. So before we entered, I wanted to stand outside.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah, did Serena comment at all that there's no second floor when we came back here?
She actually did find it a little strange. She said that she would investigate after they're done with the basement, or we're done with the basement. All right.
so
yes, you went outside.
Golo's gonna get down on his knees,
Mhm.
just like he did with the tree.
Okay.
And he's gonna start praying. And he's gonna cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Wait.
Okay.
Blackwood, what are you doing?
Hmm?
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Are you just running around?
I'm walking in. I'm following Serena, who ran into the laboratory.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know that was Serena's token. I was like, what are you doing?
That's her token.
Yeah, actually, I'm summoning an otherworldly entity here. There's my pal.
Wait, Serena's just ran off.
Yeah.
I mean, she knows that you guys want to actually spend time in the first floor, so she's going to do her own investigation. So as you cast detect magic, it's 30-foot range, right?
It should be in roll 20.
I thought detect magic was like super far.
Sounds not far.
Presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, 30 feet. Okay.
Oh.
Cool. So yeah, you see a strong magical essence emanating from the top of the building. That's all you see right now. It's sort of a bluish, light blue color, and it just emanates like gaseous form.
And I get the School of Magic?
Sure, it's illusion.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, what do you know?
Wow.
Can Golo see through it yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Is
Not
this
too
room
bad.
the same as we left it?
This room is the same as you left it, except there is no Mournblight.
Alright, this is 10 minutes, so Golo's going to take a walk through the house.
All right.
Is
Cool.
there...
And Serena will make an investigation check to see if she can find anything.
For Domitius, looking around the like main entrance here, like along the walls and along the ceiling, do I see anywhere that I could like climb up to get to the second floor, like any hidden stairs or
You
ladders?
can climb up, like here in this room, no. But you being an athletic soldier, you can probably climb up the outside of the house. But right now, if you just look around, there doesn't seem to be anything that might lead you to believe that you would be able to go to the second floor through something within this room.
Okay.
Am I detecting any illusions coming from the ceiling?
From the ceiling, can you see through walls?
I'm walking
don't
around the
think-
house for 10
It's
minutes.
blocked by like specific amount of stone.
1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or 3 feet of wood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you see an illusory magical essence coming from the top of on top of the floor, on the ceiling. When you enter the library, actually, you also detect the same sort of illusory magical essence coming from the wall.
Okay.
And there is actually no magic within this room at all.
Is it the whole ceiling? Does it get stronger at certain points?
It's not the whole ceiling. It's more of a diameter. So I would say it's from here to here. And then, it makes a circle. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do?
Yeah, we want to look through here to see if there's anything we missed the last time we were here. So just like, do a thorough investigation.
Hey, Golo,
Sure.
Domitius.
do you think that maybe there is a hidden floor or ceiling similar to the hidden wall inside?
Golo think trapdoor or staircase we can't see.
Seems away.
But lady going downstairs, I think we should follow.
Lady is not downstairs. Lady is still in the laboratory.
Oh, okay.
Polo has 7 int.
I actually, I put it up 1.
Wait, you
Why?
used your stats to increase your int. Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Is
Nice.
this
Good one.
character development?
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
My
the,
min-max?
Wait,
Yeah, what's up?
I was gonna say, does 7 to 8 actually matter in terms of like modifiers or no?
Yeah, it makes it from -2 to -1.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
I know,
you got
right?
it. All right. After Serena's investigation, first of all, she sort of finds this book. It's actually out in the open, like anybody could have read it. It's this green book that has like a leather cover, and she opens it, and she says, and I'm guessing you guys are all in the room, or are you guys actually in the positions that you're on the map?
yeah, I've gone.
And I'm in there.
Wait, is she talking about stuff like doing stuff inside the laboratory?
Nope, she's about to speak. I just want to know who's around to hear it.
Oh no, I'm not nearby then.
Oh yeah, smiley face.
Blackwood, I find it strange that Jafar had a book about green dragons in Hassan. He wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Really
Quick question
much of
about that book. I actually took it, so it's not in here. It's back at our.
Did you? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Never mind. It doesn't have that.
It's not in
It
here.
doesn't say anything. There's nothing interesting here.
No.
I'm gonna move on.
Oh boy.
Don't worry about it, guys. You don't get the extra 20 pages of dialogue.
No. Yep.
All right. She doesn't discover anything, and you don't discover anything either. So there appears to be nothing here. Blackwood, do you want to move on to the basement?
I mean, yeah, if she moves on there, I'll follow her.
Real quickly.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's leading now.
Real quickly before we go, can I look at the fireplace and see if I can distinguish anything that may be like a lever or a sort of secret thingy?
Sure. Make a perception check.
Okie dokie.
All right. With that perception, you can actually deduce that there's absolutely nothing here.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah. There's nothing in the fireplace. Oh, those books. Do you guys remember those books that were on top of the fireplace? There were 3 of them. One of them was written in common, one was in abyssal, and one was in undercommon.
I think we only got to that stage and we're like, it's nothing, we just walked away.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to know if you took it or you left them.
No, I think we left them there.
Left them there.
Are they
Okay,
still there?
cool. Yeah, they're still there. They're
Can I
still
look
there.
at them while I'm here?
Sure. You discovered that one is in common, one is in abyssal, and one is in undercommon. Unless you know any of those languages.
I'll take the abyssal one.
Okay, just fix the abyssal one. Cool. Serena will teleport, not naturally. She will move on to the downstairs.
Right, was it dark down there
Alright.
last time?
Yes, it was very dark down there. No light
Right.
at all.
Right, I'm gonna light a torch then.
Shit.
When we get down there, I will drop a door maker portal, and if anything gets hairy, we can just go through it. All right? Okay.
Would they be able to follow us through the portal?
Yes, you can follow. I can choose when to close it and when to open it. This ability, not really, is restricted to Silent Hill, but it is useful within the situation.
Okay.
If we're ready, Demetrius, could you lead?
All right.
I'm
No.
sorry, I'm a mage. I'm not very.
I understand. And I'll plop myself down.
Okay, cool. And you want to open the trap door and go
Yep.
down there?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we will enter the basement. Cool.
All right, I have lit a
As
torch.
Yeah, give me a second. So, upon entering the basement, a cold, frigid air surrounds you, and the hairs on your skin, people who have skin, stick up ready to act at a moment's notice. Taking a look around, all you see is cold stone and the vile smell of blood and death hits you. This strong stench is spread throughout the entire basement. Moving forward from the cold hallway into this large room, you can see on the north side that there's a table made out of mahogany that has a small drawer compartment that appears to be locked. On top of this table, there are various books that appear to be in perfect condition and have different colored covers. All of them also seem to have no titles. On top of the closed books, there are ivory powder that seems to be spread on top of it. On either side of the tables, there are bookshelves that are filled with books about various subjects. On either side of those bookshelves are large, imposing statues that are made out of solid stone. Both of them depict knights holding these massive greatswords with both hands going downwards in front of them. There are 2 wooden lock chests on one side of the statues. On another side of the beside both of those chests are 2 wooden iron-bound roll-up desks, which are similar to ones you found upstairs. 3 bodies lay at the corner of the room beside 4 wood metal dummies. Each of the bodies is wrapped in brown leather. One of the leather straps actually flaps open, and you see a blue eye looking directly at you. And on the other side of this room, with a glass pane, looking through the glass pane, you can see the strange magical experiment that might be happening. Yeah, you guys are in the basement,
Sorry, where'd you say the blue eye was looking at me from?
right here.
There's just a blue eyeball.
So there are these no, not just there's a vacuous there's a vacuum wait, there's a vacuous blue eyeball just looking directly at you. No, so there are these 3 bodies in the corner of the room, and they're wrapped in these leather wrappings, right? As to maybe hide the stench or something. One of the flaps on the head opens up, and you can see that there's a blue eyeball that you can just see, and it happens to be looking at you, however you want to interpret that.
So like, you say it flaps open as in like it's been open, or like it flaps open as soon as like I walk in?
It's been open.
Okay, I was like okay.
Golo,
I'm
real
going-
fast. Are these statues magical?
Can I see anything?
Doormaker, first before that, Serena says, Doormaker, to my office, and a blue gateway opens up right around here.
Okay,
and
just behind me.
This is the portal. So to detect magic, those statues are not magical, but a symbol on the statue's backside. There's this runic symbol that actually emanates the magical essence. It would be one of enchantment.
Okay.
Can I crouch low and just kind of stealthily creep up behind this? Wait, does Golo say that there's a runic symbol on the back of them?
I've not said anything so far.
Okay.
Well, then I'll
So what's your modifier for stealth?
+7.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for you, and then you can go. All right. So you are being stealthy.
Fuck. Okay. I'm going to just kind of slowly creep around.
Demetrius, stop! Serena shouts out. You don't know what that is. Maybe back up. It's that might be a bad idea. She walks up.
I'll take a couple steps back.
And she investigates this, or just makes an arcana check to see if she can deduce as to what it might be. Sorry, I was mistaken. It just looks like a statue. There is a runic symbol on the back. Not sure what the function is, though. I'd be careful, though.
Can I get a little close and just kind of like peek my head around like behind to look at the runic symbol?
Sure. It's a circular runic symbol. It has 3 triangles. 2 are at the top, 1 is at the bottom, and they all connect together. And that's pretty much what the symbol is.
Does it look like it can be rubbed off?
It looks like it's engraved into the actual stone.
Fuck. Okay. I will then back away and say, I was hoping that I would be able to break the runic symbol on the back, breaking any tethering magic to it, but it's engraved into the stones.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about that. You guys can work on that side of the room. I'll try to see what's going on here. Holy Maduna.
Okay, this is the first time Golo is seeing these things. He's not really detected magic before. It might be something to do with him being more in tune with the tree.
As you go here, the powder on the books, it is fucking strong fucking magic. It's emanating this also enchantment magical essence.
Golo, are you sensing anything around here?
1 second. Zane, do I sense the same aura as I did from the tree in this room? The cold. Is it the same?
No, not at all.
Golo sense many things. Strong magic coming from books and rune. Not natural.
Is the powder stuff is it all along the desk?
Very strong magic.
Yes, it's not all across the desk. It's on the top of the books.
Okay. Is it like one single like unbroken
Yeah, one
line?
single uninterrupted line across the books,
And it's enchantment.
and it is enchantment. Yes.
Don't know how I'd
Yes,
convey that it's enchantment, but
I think it's best we don't
Here.
break this.
Is this a door here?
Yes, this is a door. Do you want to open it?
is
Cole,
there
is
any?
there any magic on the other side of this door?
Is there?
No. No.
I can do 3 feet of wood, so
You do smell a very, 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 very strong stench, similar to the ones that is coming from the bodies.
no magic, Blackwood. Dead people, maybe.
Okay, is the door locked?
No.
Okay, and then I open the door.
You see some storage, and you see peeking behind these bags and barrels and various crates, pile of bodies.
It's like actually that many people.
There's probably around 25 bodies here.
Fuck.
God damn.
These chests to the right of the statue, are they locked?
Yes. Everything is locked.
Now, Serena's in the middle of the room, right?
Serena is in the middle of the room. She appears to be investigating the strange, magical thing on the other side.
Alright, I'm gonna follow behind her.
Okay. So here, what you can see, there is this transparent crystal orb that hovers like 5 feet above the ground here. Then there is this blue magical chalk that goes to these blue gems that appears to be attached to these circles. And then there's also these 3 purple crystals that connect via purple chalk to 2 of the circles, each of them. And then there are strange lines, similar chalk, going all the way through the entirety of all the circles. And then there are some delineations off of that to some of the circles, and some of the circles don't have them.
Then, is this just full of magic?
Some of it, yes. So the orb, definitely. The crystals, a little bit. The chalk, a little bit as well.
Okay.
Some of the chalk is stronger than the other. So, like the chalk here, all the delineation, so like the red and the orange, is fainter than all the other chalk. And you're not actually able to pick up what school this might be.
Okay.
Can I walk across the room to the bodies?
Sure.
And go to the one that has the flap with the eye open?
Sure. You're up there.
Alright, Golo's following
is it-
Domitius.
Is it this one that's on the very end here? The one that has
Yep,
the flap
it's
open?
this one. Yep.
I'm going to crouch down. Does it
Mhm.
smell bad like a dead
Yeah,
body?
it smells bad. It's a dead body.
Alright, I'm gonna lift the flap and like peel away to show like the rest of the face.
And
Okay.
roll for initiative.
Not,
Is any of this magical, by the way? Just
where?
the dummies, the corpses, anything in the box.
The dummies on the corpses are not magical, no.
Not the glowing blue eye, no?
Imagine
No.
having your ruler being snapping. What a fucking loser.
No, right.
Yeah. So you see, as you open it, you just open the head, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
just
see
the
blue eyes, black hair, brown skin. An older-looking man, appears to be in his 60s or so. I would say probably not recently, maybe like a month or so, dead.
And is it just rope or is it like chains that bind them?
It's rope.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take a step back. Hey Blackwood.
Hmm?
Think you can open up one of these chests to see if there's anything that Get some clues.
Also, I want to point this out there. My familiar, I'm gonna tell him to watch upstairs, the main hall, to see if anyone enters the house while we're down here.
Okay. Who are you telling Demetrius to watch it?
No, he's telling his familiar.
My
Oh,
familiar.
okay, cool.
Warm.
Yeah, you're familiar with it. It'll flap up to the entrance of the house and it'll watch it.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. Tom, what are you doing?
I guess I am investigating the. Wait, what's here? Just books?
Yeah,
Like-
so there are bookshelves here, and then there's a table made out of mahogany, and then there's all of the books that are on top of it with the ivory powder.
So yeah, I'll just like read some random books.
Zephos,
See if anything's out of the ordinary.
be careful with
Okay.
books. Strong magic.
Okay.
Oh,
So you go to the. Are you just reading the books on the bookshelf or on the table?
Golo, stand back.
those with the magical powder or whatever, I
Uh-huh.
do not touch.
You don't touch. Okay, cool.
Dang it.
You can make an investigation
I'm gonna
check.
try snorting it, you know.
Yeah, yeah, man.
I become a lich.
Yeah.
Investigation.
All right. So you look at these books, and almost all of them don't have titles, but there is one that does, and that attracts your eye. It has this red velvet cover, and the name of this book is just one title: Magical Engineering. You pull it out, and the powder on the table rises up and goes to those runes in the statues where they were and fills it, and the statues come alive.
Fucking damn it.
Yes, and could
knew
you
it.
go for a quick break here, 5 minutes,
Alright.
and we'll be right back with the initiative.
Alright, cool. Back in 5, guys. Give me a sec.
we are back. Let's roll some initiative and get into this fantastic battle.
Let's go. All right.
That's double music blasting right now.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, the music went.
Don't worry. Give me a second. All right.
There we go.
Roll 20 is being uncooperative, unfortunately.
I don't get to see my rolls. What did I get?
And descending.
She,
And we have to roll for Serena as well. Yeah, what's up?
She's part of this, right? Yeah. No, I was just asking Serena hasn't rolled yet, but
Yeah, she has it. Alright. Cool. Domitius, you see these stone statues pick up their greatsword from the ground and turn in front of them. And they appear to be moving now.
Alright, fuck. As a bonus action, I'll invoke my Crimson Right, and I will take, 4 damage, and invoke my crossbow with lightning damage.
Alright.
And then like the blood kind of seeps down and envelops the crossbow and lightning. It'll notch a bolt and shoot it at dude closest to me.
Alright. Your crossbow is empowered by this lightning damage, and you make it ready and you fire away. Give me the roll, my dude. Alright. The 24 hits. And with the lightning damage, it rips away some of the stone and goes right through it. And some of the stone just comes off of... you aimed at this guy, right?
Yeah.
The one closest to you? The stone just comes off, and it appears to be hurt than it was before.
Bonus action, shoot it. Oh, I used my bonus action. Damn it. Alright, well, I guess that ends my turn.
Cool. That ends your turn, and it is now Serena's turn. She will look and say, I told you to be careful. And she will look at her spell list.
cast Power Kill.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she's not built for damage. No.
Stone shape.
Mold earth. It molds the stone.
She will just cast a level 4 magic missile at the statue you just damaged.
Level 4 is shit.
She one-shots the statue we win.
Oh, it's once every time. Never mind.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
What's that?
Did she? Yeah.
19
Yeah,
damage.
that's a level 4. Yeah.
That's level 4.
Yeah, isn't level 4 like
Alright.
2 magic missiles, and then every level above that is 1 extra
That
missile?
was 19.
It's 3, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
So 3 magic missiles. So you see 5 magic missiles go out and rip into the statue and just tear it apart. It is looking a lot worse than it was before this round. Gola, what do you want to do? That'll be the end of Serena's turn.
That statue's still moving.
It is still moving. It appears to still be moving.
All right. Gotta notches his bow once more and fires his bow at him. No, he notches an arrow.
Alright.
And
Wait, I was like, is he doing it again?
He's not just his bow, dude. He's gonna throw his bow at him.
and okay. What'd I get? I can't see my rolls.
You barely manage to actually find your mark, but with the arrow hurling towards the statue, you knock off a little piece of the stone. It appears to be damaged.
But still moving.
But the thing is, all of your attacks, except for Serena's, seems to do less damage than they usually do.
Okay.
All right.
Before I end turn, I'm gonna move. Can't check the distance. There we go. That'll do. Go.
All right. After you've moved, Blackwood, you see Domitius fire an arrow. You see these 5 force missiles just hurl into the statue, and you see another arrow coming from your ranger friend Golo, just going at it as well. What do you want to do?
Oh, wait.
As I have so many options, I'm gonna stab it with the rapier.
All right,
Stab.
you
Not
stab
an
it,
advantage.
and unfortunately, you go out and you stab it, and right as you stab it, it just deflects. It picks up its greatsword and it just puts it in front, and the rapier just rams into it.
Bonus action. Disengage.
All right, you disengage from the statue, making sure that it can't hit you. It goes out for a swing, but you just dodge out of the way and you get out of there. Anything else you want to do?
No.
All right, it is the statue's turn, and after taking this beating, it will decide that it wants to go for the closest person to it. So it will go for the monk. Yeah,
He left.
he's the closest. So he will go here, and he will use his multi-attack and make 2 greatsword swings at you. One for an 11, which misses, and one for a 13 that hits home right into your chest and does 13 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
All right, and that's pretty much the end of the statue's turn. But the other statue comes up, sees that we have a flank going on Mr. Tom, so he will go here. Again,
Sorry, Zach.
They go for the closest person, and you
Yep.
are the closest.
Yep. He's also the one that touched the book, so this does make sense.
Yeah.
And it will also multi-attack you, hitting and hitting.
Wow, I'm just dead.
So one goes right at your chest, and it does 13 bludgeoning damage. The other comes up behind you and goes to the same spot in your back and cracks some of your spinal. And it does another 13, and then it just whacks your head for 12. And you are unconscious. It is your turn. Can you make me a death saving throw, please? Don't roll
Well,
it.
come
You'll
on.
probably die.
20, come on.
Oh, time for a new character.
Can't wait to get those
That
gloves.
That one.
Why are you guys such dicks? All right. Unfortunately, you do fail, and you see the light coming closer and closer to you.
What the
People
light?
are calling out. All right, Demetrius, you're back, and you can just see these statues going to town on your friend.
Oh fuck.
And they appear to be done with him, and they turn towards you. Or, yeah, they turn towards you, whatever.
Like an old west shooter, I'm gonna sling a bolt back and shoot at the one that's right in front of me.
All right. You whirl your crossbow, and you get ready, and you imbue, your lightning damage is still on it, right?
Yeah.
Imbued with lightning damage, the crossbow goes out and hits the statue, and it appears to do some damage. All right.
And then as a bonus action, I will tether with like a chain to me and the one in the back, like a spectral chain, and I'll use my blood curse of mutual suffering.
All right. Cool.
I'll amplify it, so I take 1 damage. Fog.
All right. And that does 1 damage to him, right?
No. I take 1 damage for amplifying it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I amplify it, I take damage equal to my Crimson Right damage, which I roll for that and
Okay.
take
Cool.
it, and then yeah.
All right. What does this look like?
I said
Is
it.
just like a transparent chain that
Yeah,
connects
it looks like a spectral chain, like that's like at my heart, and it's linked to its chest or its
All
heart.
right. Fantastic. Link to the stone chest. Do you want to do anything else?
That's it.
All right. It is Serena's turn, having expended a 4th level spell slot. She is unsure.
Resurrect.
Cast True Resurrection while we're at it, you know?
She will cast Phantasmal Force on the statue on the side. And the
Oh,
statue will make a. What's it?
All from
An
Task Force.
intelligence.
Such a good spell.
Yeah, it's alright.
A lot of reading.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see if they have intelligence enough to be scared by
An
illusion.
intelligence saving throw. Unfortunately, they're all very stupid. This statue, actually, yeah, it's affected by it. You guys don't know that, but yeah, and that ends Serena's turn.
Okay.
Gola, when is your turn?
Are these positions actual positions?
Yep, these positions are actual positions.
Who's in the middle of them?
Zephyr?
That is Zasser.
And they haven't moved since. They didn't move on
They
there.
have not.
Okay.
They have not moved. Their turn hasn't rolled around.
They're not even within 5 feet of each other, are they?
Let's see. They are not. No.
All right. I'll just take one shot then. I'm actually going to stand back a bit more.
There's a glass pane here,
Okay.
so
I can get over here.
yeah. You can
What's the range of my bow? Doesn't really matter indoors, does it?
So the range doesn't really matter. It's like 120, 180,
Yeah.
I think.
Alright, cool. And character sheet.
Imagine facing the wrong way and still being able to hit your target.
Yeah, imagine that.
Imagine
It's
trying to
universal.
manage 3 screens in a stream at the same time. Right.
Just do it, forehead.
There
I
you
do
go.
it. All right. So your bow goes out, and it just does not land. It goes right to the bookshelves and sticks into the wood.
Ding. Okay. Enter.
Enter. All right. Blackwood, it is your turn.
You're all very confused.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to frontline on my own, so I'm gonna stand back here behind Domitian, to know how shady he is. I'm gonna cast Create Bonfire.
Okay.
Actually,
oh,
no.
wait.
Can I hold my action, Create Bonfire, until
Sure.
it steps up close here?
Okay, sure.
Okay, that's yeah. I don't know.
All
Bonus
right.
action hide. Can I hide behind him?
No. You cannot.
Okay, well I tried. Okay.
All right. So as the statues go, it will turn around, look at Domitius and Blackwood, and go right up to them, and this will trigger your bonfire.
Yay.
All right. And it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
All right. And it succeeds, and it goes right to the side over here, not affected by the bonfire. It lasts, right?
Yep. It's still on the ground here.
Okay, cool.
Still in it though, I'm pretty sure. Unless it like moved out of the way.
Yeah, there we go. Bonfire, boys.
There we go.
Okay.
That's what I call it.
Demetrius, that'll
HD
go for you.
bonfire.
Okay.
Failing utterly, and then after it fails, it uses the force of the first strike to strike upwards right at your face, going for your jaw and doing 12 bludgeoning damage while it's
They're
at it.
rolling so good.
Okay.
Alright.
Ow.
And this statue, being affected by phantasmal force, it will use its movement to go over
Just yeet on out of there.
here,
It's gonna grab the tactical nuke out of
and
the
it will take its sword and just like try to bash the roll-up desk over and over again. That's what it's doing.
Great.
Tom, it is your turn. Can you make me a death saving throw? Don't roll 1 or you're dead.
Yeah. Let's do the one. Okay.
Hopefully that's a fail. If you roll 1
Same
or fail,
thing as before.
you will be permanently dead. The light comes towards you, and it is not looking good.
Okay.
Demetrius, it is your turn. You are being whacked at by the statue while you see your friend Zasser losing his life on the ground, puking up blood.
I just spin my bow in my hand, like, not today, motherfucker, and then I will shoot at
Shoots at her.
point blank range. Easy. All
See you
day,
later,
baby.
comrade. All right, point blank. You shoot the statue, and you have crossbow expert, right?
I have crossbow expert, yeah.
All right, cool. And you go right for the face, and some of the stone comes off, and it
And
looks
then-
like you've done some damage.
Bonus action, shoot it again.
All right, shoot it again, my dude. All right, so you have shot it again. It is looking.
Wait, does the 14 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, I was like,
So
wait.
it is looking fine. So it is looking absolutely fine. I mean, it's not looking fine. It looks like it's about to fucking fall over. But unfortunately, some of the pieces missing. You actually shoot through where that piece is missing, and it goes right to the wall and clanks off. All right, and that is the end of your turn, unless you want to move.
If I want to provoke an opportunity attack, but
You see your friend Zasser picking up blood. He's not looking too good for him. Maybe you should get to him.
yeah, but his turn is gonna be like before me. So if I get too many rolls failed, it's all right. Fuck it. I'm going to sprint. How far can I? I can get to him. I'm just gonna sprint straight to him. Obviously, I provoke an opportunity attack.
Yep, it will swing at you as you leave its range, and it will
Not hit.
not hit. It will miss right at the edge. It catches your cloak a little bit. Oh, do you have a cloak?
Yeah. Also,
Catches your cloak, rips it a little bit, but you get away. Also,
yeah, that's it.
that's it. Okay, cool. That ends your turn. It is Serena's turn. Seeing that Zasser is not looking too good, she reaches into her little baggie that she has, a leather bag, and pulls out a healing potion, presumably, and tosses it at you, Demetrius, throwing it to you. And she will look at that statue and say, "Okay, let's take care of it." And she will cast a regular magic missile at the one that seems to be really damaged.
Pew, pew, pew.
And it will. It is barely alive, but still moving. It is ripping into it, but it isn't dead just yet, guys. Golo, you see three magic missile-like blue entities ripping into the statue, and it is looking real bad.
I was actually seeing
Maybe.
Domitius do a little dance to the battle music, but right, I'm gonna ignore the statue. I see Zephyr on the floor, Domitius carried over him. I'm gonna run to Zephyr, and
You
Can't get that far.
Can
can't
you
get
run
there.
that far?
why?
You can run
40
30
feet.
feet.
You
Oh
can
wait, can you run 40 feet?
get to here.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
get
wait,
to there. You can't
Unless-
completely get to him though.
One sec. I can double move,
take
but
an action to.
You can take
Yeah,
your
but that's your action.
dash up to him if you want.
but then I can't do
you
an
won't be able
action.
to do anything.
No.
Yeah, you can't do anything once you're there.
Let me check something.
Just throws healing potion at face. Hopefully it breaks it and gets inside.
He
Uh,
throws it, the glass shatters in his mouth, he loses a death save and he dies.
I need to check my spell.
Instant crit. Oh fuck.
It's one action if it's cure wounds.
Yeah, but is it
it's,
touch or is it?
Touch.
It's
Yeah,
touch.
touch.
Cure
God
wounds is
damn it.
touch.
Healing word is.
Do you have healing word? No, you don't have
No.
healing word.
What is that, cleric?
Sucks to suck.
All right. I'm guessing I'm gonna dash to 30 feet, which was about there, right? I mean, just move
Yep.
and just take a shot. Then
Alright, as
And
you
one-
dash up, you ready your bow and you notch the arrow and run, and you fire off a shot as you're rushing towards your friend. And does it land?
Ding.
Unfortunately, with all the movement and stuff, the arrow does not find its target and goes right towards the body and strikes into the body, dealing some damage to the dead body. Cool.
I tried
Anything
Zephyr.
else you want to do?
That's
Hey,
it.
at least we confirmed it was dead. Wait, dealing some damage to the dead body?
Yeah, we
man.
have now aggroed another 3 enemies here. They get up.
The body stands
Alright.
up.
They get up and they're just hopping towards it.
Blackwood, it is your turn. This thing is looking ragged and
Well,
weighed
seeing as I'm
down.
the only one who can do this in one turn, I'm gonna dash with my bonus action and run like a motherfucker around here so it doesn't hit me.
Okay, so you take your dash action. You are not within range, and you get to your friend Zasser. What do you want to do once you're there?
I'm gonna pour a healing potion down his
You
throat.
pour a healing potion down his throat, and you heal 10, Tom.
So
Was
you
I
could have
at
made it to
zero
about
or
your
minus
best.
You heal 10 health, flat.
Cool.
So I'm at 10 now?
Yep, you're at 10. And you are alive. You wake up with your friends all around you, and they look worried. You hear the clanking of stone against metal a little ways behind you.
Okay.
And then
And
I'm
you
gonna
hear
roll
Serena
behind
say,
you.
Zasser, get up.
I get up.
All right, you get up. Anything else you want to do?
Yep,
Blackwood?
I moved here, and that's about it.
All right, cool. It is this statue's turn, and as it sees, what is the shortest path? Far,
Oh yeah.
closer, closest.
Closest.
Uh-oh. I'm dead.
We're not.
It goes
Well,
to Golo, and you face this stone monstrosity that is not doing too well, but it takes a swing just in case and sees what it can do, failing utterly on the first strike. But it's the second strike, it goes right for your throat, and you feel the stone ripping into your throat. Doing 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And that is the end of its turn. And this guy is going to keep on whacking away at his thing. Tom, it is your turn. You see the statue that had damaged you going for Golo.
Okay, I'm gonna take revenge
All right.
with my resonance gauntlets.
All right. You. How do you want to do this?
I don't
How do you
know,
want to kill this guy?
Wait, is that low? Shit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
no shit, it's really low.
My second attack.
Oh well. I don't know, I just hit him and he crumbles to dust or something.
All right. You hit him right in the chest, and as the resonating frequency of your resonance gauntlets goes out, it crumbles into dust and goes to the ether. It is dead. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I think I'm like half dead, so I'll.
All right. Cool.
just
Demetrius, it is your turn. What do you want to do, buddy?
I am seeing that one crumble to dust. I am going to turn myself around.
If you
I
hit
am.
it, the effect will wear off. Serena says.
We have to kill it anyways.
You do, just be careful.
Yeah. How far is it from me?
It is 38 feet.
Okay, I will move up 10 feet
Okay.
and shoot a crossbow bolt at it.
Alright, shoot your crossbow bolt. It fails its intelligence check, so. Alright, the crossbow bolt hits right into its face, and it knocks out its jaw, doing damage.
I know the number you're about to say, but you're. And then I'll shoot it again at the bonus action.
Alright. Alright. Since we do crystal differently here. So you actually do 5, 10, you do 15. 15, 16, you do 17 damage total. So we're doing crits a little differently. So what crits are, you double the dice you roll, and then you add the modifier.
Okay.
Alright. So you do some amount of damage to the statue. It knocks off a little piece of its stone, and it appears to be damaged. Is that everything?
Yes.
All right. Cool. It is Serena's turn. She will. She has lost another spell slot. She will fire off a magical missile at it, doing full damage. All right, and three magic missiles slam into it. and rip off some stone. It will make 2, and it will not succeed both. It keeps on whacking away at the fucking thing.
Shouldn't it make 3? Then
It made 3. It made 3. The first one is above the hand crossbow. It rolled an 11, then a 10, then a 12. Her DC is, let me check, 15. It is Golo's turn.
Golo's gonna move towards Serena. There.
Cool.
And notch an arrow and take a shot.
Alright, you notch your arrow beside this glass door looking thing, and you fire it off, unfortunately missing once again, planking into the iron roll-up desk.
Golo not good at fighting stone.
Stone bad.
Stone very bad.
Blackwood, it is your turn.
Where voice come from?
A quick question.
I'm
Held
subconscious.
actions. How limited are held actions? Is like I get to like hold an attack, or do I get to hold the movement and then an attack?
You hold your action. So anything in your
So it's
turn,
just the action.
just an action, not your movement or your bonus action.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna pull out the dagger and throw it at the golem. Or wait, no, it hasn't made its save yet, right?
No, it just keeps on walking away at this metal roll-up
Just
desk.
whacking at these. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hold a dagger attack for when it comes within range, melee range of someone.
Okay, cool.
And that's my
The statue is done. This guy will keep on walking away. Zasser, it is your turn.
I guess I
Go
gonna.
get him, Bruce.
I don't want to step like that close. What's the range of a dart?
It should say in your.
Oh,
20?
20, 60? Yeah,
20.
20. How far am I? That's
More than 20.
So if you were throwing out right now, you would throw it at disadvantage.
I mean, I'm hurt. I gonna just throw it at disadvantage because.
All right, you throw a dart at this stone statue.
yeah.
Unfortunately, it goes right as it's going in. It loses some of its force, and it just clanks off of the stone statue, unaffected.
Wait, does 17 not hit?
It's 11.
It's 11. It's disadvantage
yeah.
beyond 20.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Anything
Damn
else?
it.
No.
All right, Demetrius,
Oh
it
wait,
is your
can
turn.
I drink
Oh.
a healing potion?
Not as a bonus action. It's an action.
Oh, it's an action. Okay.
Unless throwing a dart is a bonus action. I don't think it is. But...
Okay, then
Alright.
that's it.
All right, Demetrius, it is your turn.
I'm going to sprint up right in front of it.
Okay.
And as I'm sprinting, I'm just gonna slide up and then shoot a crossbow bolt right up into its face.
All right, you slide like the cool ninja you are, and you shoot it right at its face. This lightning dart or lightning bolt. Give me a roll to hit. And unfortunately, with this slide, not really being used to this sort of movement, it goes right to the ceiling and sticks into it.
Damn it, trying to be cool. Just gonna stand
Alright.
and then shoot another one as a bonus action.
All right. You stand up and you shoot it right at its face, and it just dodges out of the way, and it goes right to the back wall and clanks down and onto the ground. It is Serena's turn.
Also, since that's my trigger, I'm gonna throw my dagger.
Go ahead.
But it's a disadvantage because it's too far away, so that doesn't hit.
Indeed. So it misses, and just clanks down to the ground.
She hit me instead.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Kind of
Give me the
expected you to not run up since nobody's done that the entire con, so I'll just wait here. It's gonna come to us.
All right, 3 magical missiles slam into the statue, and it looks way more hurt than it did before. Maybe 1 or 2 hits and it's done. Golo, it is your turn.
Okay. Golo is tired of missing this thing. He gives up. Walks over to Zephyr, puts a hand on him, and that work. That didn't work.
And it doesn't work. Well,
I'll just roll it. I'm gonna heal him. Oh, okay, cast at what level? It's asking me to. There we go.
All right. Your hands glow this bright, warm orange, and you put a hand on Zassler, and some of the soreness and the wounds on your body just go away and fade out into the void, and you're a lot better than you were before.
Zephyr, you good?
thanks a lot.
Go punch
A
thing.
lot better now.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
That's it.
All right. Blackwood, it is your turn.
Shit, this time, I'm gonna walk up within range, so it's not a disadvantage.
All
Now I'm
right.
gonna throw a dagger at it.
Cool.
Still hits me instead.
That would be pretty great. Whoosh.
All right. How do you want to do this?
I'm just gonna throw it into its face.
All right. You throw it into his face, and as you throw it into his face, the stone statue turns to dust, fades out, and the dagger goes right into the ground. And it is dead.
Hmm.
Alright, my little spectral chain breaks, and I'm like, alright.
I'm gonna go pick up my daggers.
I thought I was
Alright.
trying to look cool, it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
Maybe you should aim for successful instead of cool.
Well, you know what? I feel like I did the most here, so you know what?
Ooh.
Alright, Golo's gonna heal himself. A 6, okay.
All right.
He was whacking at these
Yeah,
chests
what is it?
here.
Yeah.
It was
Are they
whack
broken
like
apart?
this. I also
Uh,
have a
No.
quick little thing here.
Look to be
God.
broken apart. He
It's
was
also
whacking at the
in
metal
fog
desk,
of war.
so it wasn't. It was resistant to the stone. It didn't do that much damage to it. It looks like it was walking away, but
There shouldn't be fog of war here, right?
yeah, no. There.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. That annoyed me since we first set foot in here. Okay, but so this is a chest, and this is like a
Metal roll up
approach
desk.
chest. Okay. Yeah. Are these locked?
Yes, all of them are locked.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate this one for traps first of all. See if there's
So-
any mechanical traps.
Stand
Sure.
back a little bit.
Give me an investigation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking through unlocking mechanism around the chest to see if there might be anything that would be untoward. You discover that there's nothing here, not that you can deduce.
And now I'm going to step back and use my mage hand to unlock it.
So you're unlocking the wooden chest,
Yeah, this one.
and you're unlocking the one to the right. All right. So give me a Thieves' Tools check.
Whoosh.
Dexterity. Okay. Yeah. So you unlock this chest. It's a pretty simple lock to begin with. And what you find is this is filled with some random notes of all sorts, and there are 3 pouches of 100 gold each that are attached to letters. The first appears to be going to one of the orphanages in town. The second goes to a school that was going to be made in town. The third was to a boy in town named Laren Lockstep. Yeah, and those are there if you want to read them.
Maybe for later, and we will put them. I'll put them so we can look at them later. Like,
All right.
Has Serena said anything to us?
She's just been investigating. It seems like she's having a little bit of trouble.
She just fired off
Um,
some missiles, made a thing, attack.
Yeah, I mean, before she was doing that. Yeah.
I'm gonna pop a healing potion.
All right, she got it. All right, it heals 10 flat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'll drink a heal potion as well.
Heals 10.
okay, you said the 3. There was an orphanage, one to a school, and what was the third one?
The third one was going to a particular person by the name of Laren Lockstep. Do you want to read the note?
Sure. Yeah, I'll read that.
Sure. It seems that this was going to a boy that was afflicted with a condition that seemed to prevent him from reading or walking, and this was just something, some goal to help him in his endeavors.
Serena,
Yes, Golo.
what did you find?
Sorry, I struggled for a little bit, but I feel it seems like I've figured it out now. Give me a second. This appears to be some sort of arcane experiment that was meant to draw out. I'll try to give you a simpler explanation. It was trying to draw out the life of people into a medium that could be absorbed by a person to give more days, years, months of somebody else's life to their own. Everything here goes towards that function. This large crystal is the medium that the energy goes into, and the blue chalk connects to everything and provides this energy. The blue crystals act as a medium to the circles, and the circles themselves are built in a way that are designed to the person that will be sacrificed. The crystals provide power for the experiment, connecting to each of the circles. Sorry, it's complicated. I can explain fully if you'd like, but that's pretty much the gist of it.
Experiment still active?
No, it seems like it's done. I'm not sure as to successfulness of this sort of experiment, but it is dark.
Jafar not come back here.
I'm not sure how long he's been gone, but some of the bodies are fresh, some of the bodies are old. This is troubling.
Was time lock active in basement?
It should be. I'm not sure the particular details of a time lock, but it usually affects everything.
Mm.
But that I might be wrong. I would have to check upon those details. I can let you know later, though.
Thank you, Serena. You explain in detail to party. They
All
speak
right.
common better than Golo.
Sure. Serena will come back. It seems like I have deduced everything that I can off of the monstrosity on the other side of the room. This appears to be some sort of experiment that lets Jafar pull the energies of people through necromantic and magical engineering and put it into himself to provide him longevity. That's the gist of the experiment. I can go into more detail if you want to know the actual magical engineering behind it.
When I'm checking the books in the back here, has all of the powder gone into the?
Yeah, all of it is gone.
All of it. There's none remaining around like the bodies of the?
The bodies disintegrate into dust.
These.
No, not these bodies. The bodies of the stone statues. These are
And
still there.
all the dust from here along the top of the books are also gone.
They're gone.
When I was
It looks
looking
like
through
it's
the
safe.
book, when I was looking through the books, like, did I pick up a couple books and they didn't do anything, and then I picked up one special book and it triggered the trap?
No, the first book you picked up actually triggered the powder.
Oh, okay.
Looking at these books, along the spines, is there anything that stands out? Like
They
from?
all seem to be unnamed. Do you want to look at what the books are?
Is there like a book that's bigger and taller than the rest?
No, they all seem to be about the same side.
God damn
Pretty
it.
uniform, except for the colors.
pick out the book at the very middle.
All right, you pick up the book at the very middle and you read it. It is cryptid. It's coded in the same code that you saw upstairs in the lockboxes.
Hey, Serena,
Yes.
come here for a second.
Yes. What can I do for you?
These books are encoded in the same sort of style as the ones we found in the lockboxes.
Oh, yes. That reminds me. I almost forgot to tell you. I gave that. Do you remember you gave me those notes to give to a person that might be able to crack this code? I gave it to Antonon Steelfin. He messaged me in the morning that he's actually had some progress on that front, and he wanted to have a meeting with you. Maybe if he's cracked the code, maybe we can give these books to him.
Golo shouts from across the room. This is not first time Serena not told us things. Serena very forgetful.
Sorry, I'm a forgetful person.
Very forgetful.
Very sorry about that.
Pulling out additional books, are they all encoded?
Yeah, they're all encoded in this.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm sorry, mages are very secretive people.
Can I? This is gonna be really nasty, but I don't really care. I'm going to go over to the bodies over here. I'm gonna get one end of the rope and that wraps around them, cut it, and just kind of unfurl it and just kind of get myself a length of rope that's been wrapped around them.
Okay, so you have the rope, the leather flaps open, and you're doing this for one or all of them?
Just one. I assume that there's a lot of rope that comes from just one of the bodies.
You
Yeah.
just need rope.
Yeah.
Like, you like
Sure. So as you unwrap one of them, it's the same 6-year-old man. He looks to be, he's taller than you would expect. He's like 6'3", and he wears these like strange robes. They look to be foreign, and they cover the entirety of his body, colored black and white. Yeah, and he has like a thick brown belt on his waist.
Okay. I am going to go back to the books. I'm going to kind of lay the rope on the ground and then take all the books and stack them on top of each other and just kind of get the rope and just wrap it around the books to like carry them all.
Sure, you got it.
Yeah. And I'll just kind of pick that up and sling it over my shoulder and like, well, got all the books.
All right. Have you investigated all the chests that seem to be here?
You said all of them were locked.
All of them are locked, yes.
this
Serena,
one
not
too.
in this.
Yeah, no, I'm
Blackwood.
working on it.
Blackwood, would you be able to...
Investigation on this one. Is it trapped?
Sure.
You...
Checking around, it doesn't seem to be trapped.
Yep, seems
Fine.
good. Okay, mage hand from 30 feet away.
This mage hand thing.
Very good to have, yeah. Thieves' tools.
Alright, you succeed in opening the locking mechanism, and it appears to be open. You want to unwind it?
Yep, I'll open it from here.
Alright, cool. Sorry.
Should be outside of fireball range.
So this is the right one. So this actually contains 3 books. All of them are gilded in gold. The first, do you want to open them?
Yeah.
Okay. The first is his completed research notes on a spell called the Gate of Sarizadun. The second is his completed research notes on a spell called Kindred Spear, and the third is a book about enchantment and about various very rare and legendary weapons and staves in history and what they did and some of the details on how they were made. There are entries about Cabal's Ruin and Sword of Ka. Yeah, that's what you find there.
Okay.
Next set.
All right.
Okay, first one. Investigation on the one on the right. 16. Trapped at all?
No, man, of course not.
Yep, okay. Open up.
All right. You open it up. This is the chest, right?
Yep, this one.
Okay. You open up the chest to the left, and a bunch of potions. Around
Potions.
51 small vials, and they're there. Some of them are worthless. Some of them might be valuable.
Yeah,
You
do
would
I
have to sift
recognize
through.
them?
Yeah, you recognize there are healing potions in there, like 10 of them.
Serena, are we allowed to take these, or are they required for the investigation?
Unfortunately, they're required for the, and she does this too, investigation.
Right then.
Okay, why?
Alright, son of a bitch.
While he's been doing this with these chests, Golo's been studying these bodies. Are they children?
No, none of them seem to be children. They all seem to be like middle-aged people,
Okay.
and some deviate. They're like some deviation, some old people as well, but
Do they have
within that age
do
range.
they have clothes of children? Are they normally
No.
dressed? Okay.
Doesn't seem like it.
So fixated on children.
Okay, so for this last one, I want to move the potion one away. So in case this one explodes,
Okay.
I'll move the potion one like behind me here.
Serena will get far away
Last
from
one,
this.
yeah. Last one, investigation. Is it trapped at all?
Nah, dude, of course not.
Nope. Okay, thieves' tools.
Okay, cool. So the one to the left, this contains 4 scrolls.
Scrolls.
Yep, scrolls. Serena will tell you that the first one is a scroll with Speak with Dead. The second scroll is for Kindred Spear. The third is a scroll of Fireball, and the fourth is a scroll of Phantasmal Force.
Assuming we're not allowed to take these either.
Yes, you're not allowed to take these, but I have scrolls. This is a gift from me to you.
Cool. Does this corpse seem relatively like if someone were to cast Speak with Dead on it, would it work on this corpse?
You have to try it, right?
With your knowledge of Arcana, sure.
Okay, yeah. Is the jaw still attached? That's the main thing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Looks like a uniform body.
Okay. So I'm gonna bring up the idea of using Speak with Dead on these corpses. Maybe
All
they can
right.
tell us something.
That might be a good idea. It might be valuable to Sirius has this. It might be valuable to know who that is before we cast it. But I don't know how we would find that information. So, what do you guys think?
Also, I have another quick question. Is it allowed for like human experiments like this?
Oh no,
No.
I mean, okay. Yeah. So the outward-facing PR of the Zorian Mage Order is like, no necromancy, no human experimentation. You can't do that shit.
If you legally acquire dead bodies, can you do this?
Blackwood, why are you
There
so
is no
interested in
legal
legally acquiring
there is no legal
bodies?
acquisition of dead bodies. This is more of the underworld world. And you're not sure. None of you are part of the Zorian Mage Orders, so you don't know like how far the idea of like, hey, you probably shouldn't like break the law goes in the Zorian Mage Order. You don't know if they're too strict, stuff like that.
All right, Golo's still in looking at these bodies. Can I tell if they were sick beforehand, before they died? Were they covered in warts?
Make a medicine check. What are you looking at specifically, though, to deduce?
If they're covered in warts, spots, blemishes, if they look
fantastic,
definitely sick. Medicine.
Oh yeah, just remember, guys. Domitius and Golo have inspiration to use if you want to use it.
Can I use my inspiration?
That has to be done before the roll. It's not an actual. That might not be an actual rule, but for me personally, I like to have it before the roll rather than after. Okay, so looking at these bodies, it's with your.
Remember, my passive perception is 21, so I should be able to.
Sure. But this is more about deducing like the effects of certain augmentations on a human body and what the effects might be, rather than just seeing them, right? You might be able to see them very well,
But if there's
but
any
actually deducing.
like skin marks, I should be able to just.
Yeah, there does seem to be like skin marks and stuff.
Okay.
And there are strange things that you wouldn't find in normal human bodies, but you're not sure what they mean.
And sugar.
All right.
All right.
Gola's gonna get down on his knees, go into a status of meditation, pop his head back
You're
up,
the storage room. All right, cool.
and his
I'm
eyes are
just-
green. And I'm detecting magic again.
Detect magic. All right. Nothing magical here. Not within this room.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what's up with Gola.
He seems to be meditating, and a strange greenish energy, a deep greenish energy seems to be emanating from him.
So there's nothing magic in these two, in the storage room
Doesn't
or the
seem like
bodies. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna turn myself around and
I can't turn around.
walk. Oh,
Yeah.
again.
Quick question: Did the missions take all of these books, and were they
He
all?
took-
I only took the middle.
Yeah, he
Only
took the
those?
middle. Yeah.
I
ones.
would have set down the big backpack of books by now as I'm walking around. So I'm just
Yeah, of course. All those books like £1 each, so there are probably around 10 books there, so £10.
On the far left side, what are these four things?
These are dummies, so they're just like metal dummies that are here.
I'm encumbered while carrying it, but I'm not carrying it at the moment. So
Yeah, you're good.
And nothing magical as I walk around.
Doesn't seem like it. Except for the stuff that emanates off of like
The crystals.
the books.
Okay.
yeah, some of the crystals and like the book that Blackwood is carrying. Also, the 3 books that are gilded in gold. Those emanate a magical essence.
Anything left over at the desks? Well, those runes and things gone.
Though that shit is gone.
Okay.
It seems like it was like a one-time thing. To you.
Also, Gola, quick question: You're not telling me these books are magical, right? Because I don't really know, to be honest.
I told you that there was strong magic coming from them at the beginning. Not those ones in particular. You could
No.
you can ask.
Hey, Gola, are these magical?
Where are you?
Next to you.
Is that you there? Okay.
Oh, hello,
DM.
Gola.
Hello.
With having an experience with sort of
Voice in sky again.
like affected blood and everything like that, can I channel my my inner blood hunter
Mm-hmm.
and use my inspiration to make a medicine check on this body to discern why these are wrapped up and different from the bodies that are all stored up inside the locker there?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Easy.
All right. Okay. So looking at this body, you sort of get your knife out, and you get a drop of blood, and you sort of meditate on this drop of blood and seeing if it might be similar or what kind of things you can draw from it. And what you deduce through all of your blood hunterness and all the knowledge you've gained through that is that this is normal. This guy is a normal person. But the only thing is, there's a slight hint of variation with his blood. It's not like lycanthropy. It's not something you can tell. But it's not absolutely normal. But other than that, he's a normal person.
Can I pull out one of my empty vials that I used for healing potion, but instead just kind of like fill it up with his blood?
Sure, go ahead.
I just cork it, put it into my side pouch, and just like
All right, you have the
one vial
you have
of
a
blood.
vial of blood. I can't give you any more details than that.
I'm just put it on my character sheet. Vial of weird blood.
All right. So do you want to use Speak with Dead? Or are we done here?
Blackwood.
Probably. Hmm.
I think you were asking questions.
Oh yeah, these books. Which school of magic are they?
The ones in your head.
His gold ones.
Yeah.
The 3 gold ones, they emanate. So they're different. So evocation.
All 3
One
evocation.
or all three?
Yes.
Are they strong?
Actually, give me a second, just to make sure that I'm not fucking you guys here. So one of the books actually emanates 3 different essences: conjuration, enchantment, and evocation.
Okay, that
And
was
is that
like
the strongest
spell-
one?
Yeah, that's a spell book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one contains the Gate of Cerizanun.
Okay.
Does this one seem more up to date than the last spell book?
Oh yes, this is finished.
Yeah.
I can give you the actual spell if you want,
Yeah,
because
then,
yes, Serena was here to interpret it.
yeah, the other 2 books, or one of them was just a bunch of notes, right?
Yeah, one of them was a book that detailed various very rare and legendary magical items within history. Yeah, and then the other one was his completed research notes on Kindred Spear.
Of Kindred Spear.
This is the Gate of fuck, too many characters. All right. Anything else you guys want to do here?
Gullo's only got 10 minutes to detect magic. He's gone upstairs.
Just
Okay, cool.
imagine Golo just sprinting around.
He's taking a
Some
slow
magic
walk.
there, some magic there, some magic there.
Yeah, while these guys are downstairs, I'm upstairs looking for trapdoors.
Cool.
Can I reach the ceiling? How tall is it upstairs?
Not from inside.
Okay. And if I climb up, there's like a solid force field?
Yeah, there seems to be some, not a force field, but more like a dome. You can feel the texture of what you hit. It's mostly just wood.
And it's the same
But
shape
you don't know where the entrance
as the
is.
circle underneath. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay, cool. So, do you guys want to cast Speak with Dead or no?
It's up to Blackwood.
Why are you putting this on me?
Because I can.
It's a group effort here. Putting it to vote, and I'm abstaining.
Okay.
So you're not gonna speak to it.
No, I'm not.
Sorry, I already gathered what I wanted to gather.
Cool. So you guys move upstairs?
Gullo's already gone.
Yeah, go gone.
As usual. He's walked up.
If we're not doing anything else, I guess let's head upstairs and try to investigate the top floor.
Yeah.
All right. You guys move on.
This one actually, yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
These target dummies, they're used for magic practice, right? He practices using magic on these. That's
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what
Probably.
I'm gonna assume they're made for. Yeah.
All right. So you guys head up into the room. What do you guys want to do?
I'm probably sitting on top of the dome, wondering why I can't see through it yet.
Okay.
I'm just floating in the sky. I'm climbing on top.
Sure.
They're just looking very confused, sat on top of a magic dome.
You guys head out. Do you guys go outside
Yeah.
to the dome? Okay. Serena will cast Fly on herself and float up there. And she will see. Strange. It's a permanent illusion.
Serena,
She will try something.
where did entrance used to be?
I never came to this building. I'm not sure. It seems like a permanent illusion. I'll try to dispel it if I can. And she will cast Dispel Magic and roll an Arcana check.
I've got nothing magic on me, have I? No. Okay.
And yeah, she does it.
Oh.
She it is the illusion fades away, and you see this wooden dome that appears to be the second floor, and the front door. There doesn't actually appear to be a door on it.
So I'm crawling back down, going inside. Can we see the entrance from below now?
No, nothing here.
He teleports inside it. Okay. But it's wooden, right?
There needs to be there needs to be a actual physical way to get inside. The designers wouldn't have designed this building in this way.
Well, there is a storage room, and
I've been in
there's
there. There
nothing
was
in
no
it.
yeah.
the
But there could be a
wooden-
mechanical switch, not a magical switch.
There might be.
Can I, Serena, do you know how thick the wood is that makes up the dome?
I would say probably around 1.5 feet thick.
Oh, so I could see through it then. Was there anything magical
Uh,
inside when I was up there?
It's 1.5 feet, unless you can see through more.
I can do
wood than-
3 feet of wood.
3 feet of wood.
Yeah. So nothing magical, not from where you were standing.
I was right on the top.
Yep, nothing magical
Okay.
from where you were standing.
And I would have climbed down one of the sides.
Yep.
No-
Sure.
no-
No, nothing magical.
Okay.
Can I walk around the house, looking at the dome and see if I can see any like separation in the wood that would signify like a door or something that opens up to
Sure.
reveal passages?
So make a perception check.
Okie dokie. Easy.
All right. So looking at this dome, what you see is that on each of the 4 sides, at the bottom of this dome, there are these little holes that you didn't notice before. And yeah, they're there.
On each of the sides of the
Each
house.
4 sides. So north, south, west, east.
Okay. Can I climb up the
Mhm.
side of the wall like I did before
Mhm.
and try to get a better look at those holes?
Sure. You climb up. The holes are probably like this big,
Mm-hmm.
and they seem to go right through into the room.
I can't stick my hand inside there, can I?
You can probably stick a finger or two, but not.
Are you really gonna do that?
But looking through it just goes right through.
Yeah, it looks like it just goes right through.
How many holes are there? Just one?
4,
4 holes.
1 on each side.
Fuck. Can I get up my rapier and put my rapier through the hole? Anything
Sure.
happen?
Your rapier goes right through the hole.
Hey, Serena,
Yes.
there's these 4 holes that permeate right through the stone here on each side. Do you think you can maybe give a look and see if you find anything else that I can't discern from this?
Sure. Sure. The crits are just coming in today, boys. Yes. If I remember correctly, this is one of the designs that we use. I think. If I remember correctly. What you need is a specific 4 crystals to put into it, and that will allow it to open. He should have the crystals. Let me see. I could try to acquire these crystals myself, or we can try to find them in the house.
I intervene with when she says that. I say I found 4 frostwood crystals in the lab.
We can try them, but most of the time those crystals provide energy, magical energy. They're probably not those crystals, but we can try them if
Oh.
you'd like. You want to try them?
If you
Yeah.
think that is
F you,
not
Serena.
dangerous, then yeah. Of
You want to try them?
Telling us what to do.
So you try them and it opens.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, wow. I didn't actually.
I'm sorry, I was wrong.
No.
What?
Serena wrong many times. Also, not giving information. Golo think Party need better handler than Serena.
So
I'm
do I
trying my
remove
best.
the crystals from my character sheet, right?
The crystals actually shatter, and they go away.
Also think Blackwood muted.
Blackwood knows he's muted.
Uh,
Go.
Okay.
And the
Can-
room.
Can-
Can lip read. Stop
Yeah,
swearing,
What do you
Golo.
see? Do you guys step inside?
Yes, since I
Okay.
haven't climbed up there, I just scamper myself up inside.
You
Can
step
I climb
inside.
up there as well? No, well,
Sure.
Follow
So
along.
these 4 openings appear, and you guys go into the door, and what you see is a lot of blackness. It's very dark in here, no light.
Take a torch out of my bag and light it.
All right.
Setter has dark vision, though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I have that.
So as Zasser, as you enter
They
the room
say
and
wisdom
as the
oft
torch
comes from
lights
the
up, what you
mouths of
see is
babes.
this queen size bed with like a white mattress, red sheets, and on one side of this room is this metal construct looking thing that doesn't appear to be finished, but it's there. And on another side of this room is a table with one chair, and it is just has one book on it, and then there are 2 shelves beside that table.
Can I walk up to the construct and inspect it? Is it
Sure.
like a construct to look like a human, or
Make it's not a human. No.
okay?
Make a facial recognition check.
Yeah. Make an anatomy check, Will. Buddy.
Serena, you're a
Yeah.
wizard,
Yes.
correct?
Uh-huh.
You can detect magic.
I can.
Would you do us the honor of detecting magic?
Sure. She sits down for 10 minutes and starts to ritual cast detect magic because she doesn't have it prepared. Because why would you have it prepared?
Would
Golo
you
just
detect
joins
magic
up.
prepared? Yeah, great question.
Golo joined during the
and,
ritual. He doesn't detect
Sure.
anything, but
The golem is magical.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
And Serena does tell you that it is a iron golem.
But it's not complete, is it?
It doesn't look to be, no.
But it could also
Yeah,
just
like how complete though? It has legs, arms.
So it has legs, it has arms, but the insides of the actual golem don't look to be done. They're not closed. It looks like they were open and he was working on them.
You said that there was extra books around?
Yes. There are 2 bookshelves on one side of the room, and inside of those 2, not inside, but like beside them is this circular table with one chair, and on top of that table is just this black covered book.
Can I look at the black covered book?
Sure, you look at the black covered book. It's a black covered book. Wow. You open it, and it contains a journal. Coded.
Great.
Of course it is.
Is it's still on top of the table though, right?
Yeah, it's on top.
I'm gonna turn to the party and say, I'm gonna take this off the table. Anything triggers, we're gonna get the fuck out of here, alright?
Agreed.
I will
I
pick the book up
retreat.
off the table.
Okay.
Just waiting.
You pick the book up off the table, and the 2 metal frames that were open from the golem slam shut, and it appears the golem is trying to power up.
Great. I am pocketing the book and literally just sprinting back out the way we
Printing it
came.
back. Okay, cool. Everybody had a plan, so you all sprint out of this room as the golem tries to power up. Do you guys want to just close the door?
I'm down to close the door if everyone else is. I don't want this thing falling.
I'm
That's
already
on the second
outside,
floor,
so
right?
It powers up and it starts walking towards you.
Yeah, I'm closing the door.
Yeet.
Okay.
Yeah.
You close the door.
And
This room is made of wood.
I understand. I am
It starts slamming.
Yeah, I am crawling down the wall, picking up my
Yes.
books I have, and I am just.
Hey Serena, can you do that portal back to the office?
Door maker to my office, and a portal opens.
Yonk.
Step through. And you guys.
Blackwood
step
takes a
through.
bite of food. Doesn't it? That's hilarious.
You
Oh,
feel
let's go.
Your stomach like knots up, and like your heart just drops. And right as you like
Good thing I
start
have
to
none
feel,
of those.
yeah, none of those, not from Blackwood.
Blackwood's like.
But
"What?"
right as you like start to worry, you appear in Serena's office, and I think we'll take a break there.
Great.
All right, cool.
And she
Give me a
closes
sec.
the portal, right?
Yeah,
You guys
Um,
didn't want to fight an iron golem? Come on, guys.
We'll be back in 5 minutes, guys.
Yep.
All right, audio's off. Break screen.
All right, we're back. Last time we left the party was running away from iron contraption. They sprinted through Serena's portal and ended up in her office. Um, you guys are here. Serena goes to her desk and sits down, puts her hand in her face, and says, "Holy shit!"
Eventful, huh?
Oh yeah, that was
Big golem.
This is getting very complicated. Okay.
What was the name of the guy who's been decoding our
Antonin Steelfin.
Antonin Steelfin? Would you be so kind as to, when Antonin does meet you again, have him decode these books and the journal?
Yes. Would it be all right to meet him tomorrow morning? He wanted to speak to all of you.
That's
He
fine.
is,
I'll just take this back to our warehouse.
yeah. I don't know if you know this. He is the Archmage of Silent Hill, and he is my biggest contact within the Zorian Mage's Order. So, just putting this out there.
Don't piss him off.
Yeah.
Perhaps he should be handler. Serena not very good.
I mean, okay, Golo,
Oh.
like.
I'm Golo, I am very sorry for disappointing you, but I'd really like it if you would
She's doing her best, okay?
Sorry, I'm a little stressed out.
Does Serena have any
a
more
lot-
information she's not told, Golo?
Not that I remember currently, Golo.
Of course you don't remember.
Well,
Golo
If
mumbles
you
and
do
walks out.
I hate to side with him, but he does have a point here. You have forgotten kind of a lot of key information on occasion.
And for that, I apologize. If please do mention it.
Serena, I'm sorry for what my compatriots have said to you. I'm sure the burden that is under you right now must be intense, and you must be dealing with a lot. So I forgive you with forgetting some key points, but hopefully from here on out we can be as transparent as we possibly can. Like a fresh start.
Transparent, Domitius.
Yes. Transparent.
That means see-through, Golo. I know you kind of don't understand these advanced words, but yeah.
Domitius, be transparent.
Yes. That's what I said.
Some would call him
Transparent. Fuck off.
I'm sorry. Is there anything else I can help you with? If not, I have something to get to.
Bye, Serena.
No. Maybe you would like to look through these books. One of them is an updated spell book of Jafar's that includes a very interesting spell.
Which one are you giving her?
All three of them.
All three? Yes, I'll look through them. Thank you so much. All right. If you could meet me tomorrow around 8 a.m., I will set up the meeting.
Okay. I'm going to head back to the warehouse.
Okay.
And what everyone else is doing.
I'm also going to the warehouse and put the books away.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first thing I'm doing
goes to the warehouse.
The first thing I'm doing at the warehouse is my meditation. My eyes turn bright green. And I'm looking for magic in this warehouse.
All right, you look around for magic in this warehouse, and this warehouse is around like 100 feet by 50.
I've got 10 minutes.
Yeah, you got it. It doesn't matter. Nothing magical here. Doesn't seem like it.
The green dragon book is magical too, because that's in here. That thing isn't magical, right?
It is not magical, no.
No,
Okay. So it doesn't look like we're being magically spied on. Domitius.
Yes, cool.
You said be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest with party.
Yeah.
Domitius, not be honest with party? Okay.
Are you saying I'm not being honest? How so?
Need to tell of infliction. A party cannot help.
What are you talking about?
You want to talk in private?
You and me? Sure.
Alright.
Walk to a different, like, opposite room in the warehouse.
Have those two ever heard any of that? Or?
How
I
close are you
I
guys?
can see you talking. There's not like not a lot in our warehouse. It's pretty empty.
It's
Yeah.
100
Are you-
foot though.
Golo, are you trying to be, like, secretive, like, talking to me about that? Or are you just saying that, like, loudly out in the open?
I was saying, to be honest, out in the open. Because you said you wanted people to be transparent. Ola knows you're not being transparent.
Yeah. Technically, it's not a lie if I'm not saying anything, so.
Yeah, but tomorrow night you're going to murder us all.
Point that also, yeah. There's an owl following you.
I mean, it's just the same way that if someone uses Zone of Truth, you can just choose not to.
So warmth is just on my shoulder this whole time. Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
It's not very subtle.
I'm probably used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to talk in a separate room?
That good. Okay, we go.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
So
Is Warmth still on Golo's shoulder this entire time?
yeah.
I'm going to while Golo's turned around and we're like getting close to the room, I'm just gonna like pick up Warmth and set it outside the room and then close the door with Warmth outside the room.
Probably
I'm
good
gonna
idea.
go outside of work. That was rude as hell.
Just no.
Do you want to make Warmth dodge or something like that, or are you gonna let him do whatever?
I mean, he can do whatever.
Okay.
I told him to like spy on them basically,
Okay.
and I can see him because like before they enter this room, I can see the missions picking up the howl and placing him outside, then closing the doors. Now he's just sitting there like, I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Okay.
All right,
The
so
owl is outside.
Yeah, on the side.
we're reasonably sure that other people can't hear us.
Reasonably
Okay.
Is there a
Demetrius.
chair? Is there a chair inside the room?
empty.
It's empty. Damn it. Okay. I'm just gonna put my back up to the door. Just gonna fold my arms.
All right.
What's this about, Golo?
All right. Are the two of you trying to listen in?
I
My
don't.
owl is outside of the door.
So,
Okay.
wait. For clarity's sake, Blackwood is on the opposite side, but his
Yep.
owl is right next to the
Owl
door.
is-
You're just
yeah.
staring
Yep.
at the owl, just like, I'll let my owl listen to it.
I mean, yeah, I can go into my owl,
Yeah, he can listen through.
and
it,
if
okay.
if it tells me this like, oh, they're talking about pastries, I'm gonna be like, who gives a shit?
Pastry.
And what about
I
you,
love
Zephyr?
pastries.
I don't try to listen in.
Okay, cool. All right.
Demetrius.
Yes.
Tomorrow night, when moon is full,
Mm-hmm.
you will become the wolf.
No. Maurice Descartes will become a wolf.
Demetrius become wolf. You said be honest.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest in the fact that Maurice Descartes will become a wolf tomorrow.
Demetrius, be honest with Golo. Golo, help.
How do you think you can help? What do you think I need help with? No question.
We find cure.
What if I don't want a cure?
Demetrius want to stay?
Let's put it this way. I'm an old man. Alright? I'm at the end of my rope when it comes to hanging on to the thread of fighting. And this curse, well, of course, to others, it's a source of draws ire from others. It could be a danger to themselves and others. I've learned to use it to my advantage to stay fighting and keep doing the thing that I love doing. I was raised in the military. That's all I've ever known my entire life is fighting. Never picked up a trade. I've never picked up any other interests besides fighting. So of course, you can see why I'd want to hold on to this as best as possible.
Demetrius promise Descartes that you will find cure.
For him,
Being honest?
yes. Because I understand that for others, and there's a stereotype against werewolves that they're dangerous and they kill. And while that may be true for those who don't know how to control their abilities, Maurice wants to be rid of this curse.
And what will you tell Zephyr and Blackwood tomorrow night when Demetrius go to forest, become creature?
Still thinking about that. I'll come up with something. But understand this, Golo. I would never willingly hurt any of you, put you in any danger.
When become beast, no control. You will
But the wolf is strong.
kill all. Eat
That's
many forest animals.
Probably.
We not tell Blackwood. We not tell Zephyr.
Probably keep this under wraps for a little.
Golo think Duran working on cure.
Yes, I believe they are.
Golo can meet Duran in effort to gain
See,
cure.
the problem is, Golo. The Zorian Mages Order aren't really looking to help those with the disease.
Golo not sorry mages order. Golo.
I understand. You are not part of the Zorian Mages Order, but Duran is. And while
Duran
he's part
work
of the
with
Zorian-
Jafar.
and Jafar works at the Zorian Mages Order, and Duran's office was in the Zorian Mages Order tower. And
Golo speak with Duran.
Duran is also a druid who cares about nature and its natural cycles, and a werewolf is not part of the natural cycle of nature.
All his nature.
I guess so, but well, maybe nature. It's not natural. If you understand what I'm saying. There's a clear separation between wolf and man. And when those lines are blurred, dangerous things happen.
Blackwood not nature.
No. Kind of strange, isn't he?
Blackwood owl listening at door nature.
The owl's listening at the door.
Owl always listening.
Do you want to open it?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna turn around and just with my foot just kick at like the bolt and just blow open
The
the door.
owl
from the other
flutters
side.
back, and you see the owl in front of the door, staring at you.
You good over there?
And you have heard all of this, by the way.
Yeah.
I turn at Blackwood. I pull up my crossbow and point it at his owl. I load a crossbow bolt, just still staring at him the entire time. Does he do anything?
Is Blackwood in a trance right now, right? Because he's looking through the bird.
I mean, not anymore since he kicked the door down on the owl.
So, do you want to pull back the owl or no?
I mean, yeah, I'll poof
I mean,
it back.
I'm pointing a crossbow
owl-
with a loaded bolt at it.
The owl disappears into this green energy and goes away.
I'll
So you
unnotch
wish to
the
talk
crossbow
about that
bolt.
as a group, or do you want to keep talking in a singular room?
Is there another exit to the warehouse besides the one that we came?
You're gonna book it.
So, okay. So this warehouse is a rectangle.
Mhm.
There are 3 rooms to the left. So 3 square rooms, and then the entirety of it is open. One exit and entrance.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull up my flask, start drinking it, and just slowly just walk on out the exit to the bar or whatever inn that we stayed at last time.
Okay. So you want to head to the ale's nest, sure. And by the way, when you were reading the book, this book mentions 3 green dragons, but the dragon that it mentions most is a dragon called Yassine the Labyrinth. And this green dragon was known for harassing the king and shape-changing and trying to assassinate the king of Asang, mostly. Yeah, that's it. That's what's in the book. You head to the ale's nest. You just want to drink?
Yeah, I'm just sitting
Sure.
alone at the bar.
Get some drinks alone at the bar. What are the rest of you doing?
I've not followed him. I'm still in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the owl's poofed out of existence, right? It's just
Yep.
I mean, it poofed in and out. It's basically on me.
oh, okay. So he's back.
This thing there. Yeah.
Okay, so the owl's okay. Okay.
Mm.
Blackwood's not going to approach Golo and say anything, though.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk out the door because I have other things we need to do.
Alright. I'm gonna approach Zephyr.
Okay.
Zephyr. You very quiet. Golo understand. Elf lived for a long time. But Elf need to take action now.
What do I need to take action? Why do I need to take action now?
Tomorrow night is full moon.
Yes.
People cursed will turn into beast and kill many men.
Well,
You have seen
all
in
that
forest.
yeah, but
There is man
don't-
they caught in town that will turn into wolf. Zephyr, you speak Sylvan?
a little bit,
Okay.
like a tiny bit.
You come with me to see Doran.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Alright. We're just gonna head to the tower.
Right now? Okay.
Yeah, one of them are.
Cool. All right. You head to one of the towers of the Zorian Mage's Order. You get pointed towards the room you've been to, and you want to enter?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and sit at the tree.
All right.
And sit and meditate and wait.
As you enter, you actually see Duran in this middle chair just sitting down working.
Oh crap. I was expecting a brief moment to think about this. Switch to what they're doing in the bar while I think about.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not in the bar. He's in the bar. Probably getting smashed.
So what are you thinking of at the bar? How do you feel right now?
Me?
Demetrius, yeah?
I feel a little betrayed. That
Betrayed? Why do you think you feel betrayed? Because they
Well,
betrayed your trust?
they, I put my trust in Golo to tell my secret to them, and hopefully that I would be able to reveal my secret in time when I was ready.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, Blackwood spied on me, and then didn't come out and say anything about it, even though I knew he was spying on me. So,
Oh, all right. Drinking yourself into submission. We switch over to Blackwood. What are you doing?
I'm going to the orphanage mentioned in the notes.
Okay, cool. You go to the orphanage. Do you want to enter and just see what's in? Sorry?
Does it look run down like a well kept up orphanage?
It looks like it's in construction.
It's like being built.
Yeah, it's being built still.
No, it's like a newly built one. Okay, and then the name of that child that the money was for?
Yes, it has an address for a house within the Grass District. You can go to that house if you want. Do you want to?
No, I want to go into the orphanage first.
Okay. You go into the orphanage. You see a lot of construction workers mostly. You see like this elf within like white robes, and that's the only person that's within a different, working capacity here.
I'm gonna approach her.
Hi. What can I do for you?
Are you the matron of this orphanage?
Not the matron, just the manager. What can I?
Had some questions about how long has this orphanage been under construction? It's recently built, correct?
Yes, we started construction around a month or two ago.
Was it publicly funded or?
A lot of donations, private donations.
It's very needed, an orphanage around here. There are a lot of
needed as any
orphans.
place. Sure. There are many children who have lost their parents, either by choice or by accident. It's a dangerous world out there. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that was.
Would you like to make a donation?
Ooh.
They're just talking to a warforged like it's nothing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean.
Would you like to make a donation?
They just stare blankly at.
Silence.
Yeah.
Just imagine this lady like just like make donation, and then Black was just there's like smiling at her like.
Yeah, just deadpan, like staring at her, like. Okay.
I'll,
Donation.
When I acquire money, I could consider getting a
Wow.
dime.
Wow.
Quite literally,
Dick
to be honest.
sure. She walks away.
What is she asks me for money and I'm the dick?
Yeah. The donation
And
for
she's
orphans.
an orphanage.
Yeah, I'm poor. I don't have a lot of money.
You've got
The
200 gold.
The
The
fact
200 gold that we gave back
Oh,
because
it was only me that didn't give it back. Okay, yeah.
no, it was
yeah.
the fact that you said when I get money, I may think about donating to you. It's like
Yeah. I don't want it to be
I'll
when
consider-
that guy
I'll
gets
consider.
money, he's coming back and we're gonna be wrong.
I'm gonna consider.
thought- didn't you say-
They're gonna track you down.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
track me down. This
Also-
is big bad.
no one had to say that when you get rich, you had to give all of your money. You can give like a donation of like 10 gold pieces or something like that to them.
Yeah, I could.
I sure.
But I'm a gonna.
Every
No,
gold piece helps.
Didn't you say that crippled child
Mhm.
to be nice, but didn't he live at the orphanage?
No, he
Oh,
he has his own house.
Oh, I thought you said he was an orphan.
No,
'Cause there
he,
was, like-
he wasn't an orphan. He just
There was- Oh yeah, in that case, yeah. I did grab the letters and the 300 gold, so I do have that.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I'm gonna walk in again. Excuse me.
Yes.
Actually, I had a letter from one of your donors, I think. And
Oh
he-
yes, Jafar.
yeah.
He's given
Yeah.
a lot to the orphanage.
Yes. Does he have
Um,
any specific
Could I
reason
ask why
other
he's
than
here himself?
that is? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are trying to find him. He's been missing for a while.
Well, I hope.
So if
Hope
you
he
hear
comes back.
anything, do report it to the Saurian Mage Order, so we
I
may
will.
find them.
I will report it forthwith. Thank you so much. Just money.
And I give her
will go
the
towards
100 gold.
orphanage.
And the letter.
All right.
So is it not common knowledge that Jafar's murdered people
Mm.
and ran up?
I don't think it is.
Doesn't seem like it.
Because he hasn't murdered a lot. He murdered one specific guy.
Yeah.
And, I guess he's, been looting graveyards or something. That's why he has,
Yeah,
a
dude.
closet full of bodies. I have no clue how he got those suddenly, but...
Thinking back to those bodies,
Mm-hmm.
were they claw marks? Bites.
Oh.
No claw marks. Normally just like a lot of like pimples and like deformities within the bodies.
No ripped
burns.
clothing where...
Yeah, there was ripped clothing, but not that you would say that they were like any slashing or anything like that.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess we go and talk to Duran then.
All right.
Where is he? He's over at
You
his table.
see Duran sitting at the middle desk, working on some sort of vial.
Okay. Sylvan, so no stupid Golo voice. Great.
Oh, Golo, who's this?
Greetings, Duran. I bring with me friend Zephyr.
Nice to meet you.
He is part
Nice
of
to
the
meet you.
group I'm traveling with.
I see.
You did say that I could come back any time and we could talk further. Go ahead.
Fucking Siri.
Okay, I will, Duran.
Yes, what would you like to talk about?
This is a very sensitive matter. Are we in private?
Private? That's a hard commodity to come by. I wouldn't say so.
Is there a place we could meet? Perhaps where we could talk more openly?
Sure. How about we talk at your warehouse?
Very good.
Tomorrow afternoon?
Thank you, Duran. We'll just head out.
I will bring a friend of mine.
Is it somebody I know?
I don't know who you know.
Perhaps a name?
Brandon Steelsword.
Can't say I've heard of that one. Thank you for your
He's
time again,
quite the
Duran.
character. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank
Nice
you.
seeing you, Golo, and nice meeting you, Zasser.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you guys head out. Where do you guys want to go?
I asked Gala, do you really trust this guy? Like, how much are you planning to tell him?
Oh, damn it. Golo trust this guy as much as Golo trusts Zoran Mages. All humans fickle. They care more about money and power than the order of nature. Golo trusts Zephyr. Golo not trust Duran. Duran, half human. We will see.
Okay.
All right, where do you guys want to go?
I'm going to the school. Because I have more letters to deliver because I'm apparently a letter boy.
All right, sure. You go to the school. School seems to be out right now, but you can head in.
Is like is the magic school is the normal school? Just
Normal
for
school.
general
Seems
education?
seems like a normal elementary school around there. You want to head in?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to look for a representative.
All right. You see this halfling in these like fine clothings. He sees you come in. I'm sorry. Can I help you?
I'm here to deliver a letter on behalf of Jafar Blackrand.
Oh, Jafar. Sure. I'll take the letter.
Okay, and it also came with 100 gold.
Yes, the usual. Thank you so much. Where is Jafar? He
That
usually
is-
delivers
yeah.
himself.
Also, what I'm here to ask. He's been missing for quite a bit now, and
Jafar is missing?
yes,
Well, do you have any? Do you know? Do you happen to know? I'm sorry.
yes, no, we
Is
are
there any
trying
more
to find
details?
him, and no, not that I can share right now, as we are currently searching for him. But if you find anything, please do report it to the Soria Mage Order, anything at all about his whereabouts.
I will make sure to report anything I know. I will ask the staff to see if they know anything.
Does Shafar come here a lot?
Once a month.
Does he have any like personal connections to the school?
A man who likes to give.
Not gonna
Nothing
lie,
more than
Jafar seems like a nice guy.
We're actually the bad guys this entire
100% like out of character, no doubt about it. Sorry, Mage Order, we're probably massive cuts.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And if you were to find anything, do report it to the Soria Mage Order.
I will make sure to do so. Thank you.
Whoosh.
All right.
And I walk out the door.
Don't know his name at all, but he's gone. All right. Where do you want to go?
And now to Little Timmy's house. His name's not actual Little Timmy, but he's Little
This
Timmy.
is
Let's be
not-
honest here.
He's not Little Timmy. His name is.
Rename him to Little Timmy now.
I'm not renaming it to Little Timmy.
When did
His
Blackwood
name-
become a courier service?
I don't know, man.
When Blackwood found letters and Blackwood wants to know who the
Later
fuck
in
Jafar
WhatsApp.
actually
All right.
is.
You go up to this house. It has like a little balcony.
It's looking like a rich or like a
No, not rich at all. This is the
nah.
fucking
Poor.
grass district, my dude.
yeah. No, it's just
Do you want to go up and knock?
yeah.
All right. You go up and there's no answer.
Are there any windows?
Yeah.
Can I?
As you go over to one of the windows, sorry. Could you just give me 10 minutes?
Sure.
All right. And after about like 8 minutes, you see this like human, probably around like 16-year-old, open this door, and he's dressed in like rags mostly. Looks pretty dirty, and he has these. He has this like walking stick that he uses to walk, and it doesn't seem like he's too efficient within his movements.
Do you live here alone?
Hi, what can I do for you?
I bring a letter from a friend, Jafar.
Oh, Jafar. Can I see it?
Yeah, here.
He takes
The
it.
letter.
And as he takes it, like you can physically see him like go down because like he's using two hands to move, and he
Yeah.
has to take one hand. And you can physically
Do you
see
need
that
some
he's in
help?
pain. Yes, that would be fantastic.
Okay, do
Thank
you
you
have
so
a
much.
table in here?
Yes,
Can
it's
maybe
in
sit
the
down at?
it's in the room. And eventually you guys find your way into this room that has like 5 chairs and a table made of mahogany. And you sit down. Where is Jafar? Normally he's
We are. Does he come by often?
yes, very often, almost twice a week.
Does he regularly? And I'm gonna give him the 100 gold. Donate money.
Yes, he's helped me quite a bit. He said that me and him talk a lot about stories, monsters, what he's done.
What
I-
what kind of stories has he told you recently?
Mostly about magic and his discoveries and about the world. With my condition and everything, I don't really get.
No, 100 gold is like a year's wages for this guy, right?
That's a lot. It's a lot.
100 gold is a lot of money. I'm surprised it didn't like fall over and fade from like just getting 100 gold.
And he gives it him every month. What the-
You're not sure to the actual like, you know.
I don't want to dig into it too much, but
Yeah.
how much does he give you? Because 100 gold is a lot of money.
Yes, it's mostly for my medical
Oh,
supplies that I require.
Let's see.
But he gives me. He gives me. I'm sorry. I feel. I don't want to disclose that.
No, that is fine. It's just curious as to why.
You guys are like digging into like people's personal lives. A little.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Would be the-
Nice one. Good memes.
but yeah, if Jafar talks to you at all, it would benefit us greatly. We have a warehouse in. Where's our warehouse? It's in the.
It's on the outside. It's on the way outside of Silent Hill. It's actually further than the shanty towns.
Oh, I thought
Um,
it.
It's on the outskirts of Silent Hill. You could say it's like near Jafar's house, even, but
Is it?
it's a 20-minute walk from Jafar's house.
Do you have a way, someone that buys food for you? Someone.
Yes,
delivers
I
the food.
have a person I've hired to do a lot of helping around the house for me, and they take care of me. I don't know how I would survive without them.
Do you know how to write?
Yes, I've. One thing I have is my brain.
A very useful thing. I say, without one. Yes, but if you hear anything about Jafar, do write me a letter. I live, and I'm gonna give him my address.
Sure.
Tell him to
Sure.
deliver the
If
letter.
if I receive anything, I will give you I will give you the information I have. I'd like to find him. He's special.
Yeah, I do have a few questions for him. I would be very interested in talking to him.
DM.
Uh-huh.
A couple hours of like slow drinking. I'm not like trying to like hammer it like that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pay my tab, whatever it is, and then make my way to the Ironheart tree.
Sure. You have a contract. You can get through the gate. You make your way to the Ironheart tree.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the tree and pray the same way that Golo did.
Uh-huh.
To give me strength not to hurt my friends tomorrow night.
Okay. Sure. How long do you spend doing this?
I'd say like an hour or so.
1d6. Temporary hit points.
Okay.
It's very strange. Because I was going to suggest to Sepha that we go and meditate at the tree.
Oh, you might find me there.
So,
Sure,
do you guys
Gollum.
want to
Let's
go there? So, as you guys get to the tree, you actually see Demisha starting to sit down and meditate.
I'll just nod to him and meditate next.
He doesn't see you. He's meditating.
That's fine.
All right. And how long do you want to meditate?
How long does Zephyr meditate for? A long time, right?
Now,
Probably for like an hour at least.
Yeah.
yeah. So if you guys are meditating for more than an hour, you could gain 1d6 temporary points. And other than that, you guys can tell me what you guys want to do.
For me, it was just a case of hanging out, meditating until tomorrow afternoon.
All right. So the serenity overtakes you, and you guys want to actually like sleep or spend your night here, or what?
No, we probably get back to the warehouse.
Are you allowed to sleep next to the Ironheart tree?
There's no guards, is there?
There's just homeless people every 30 feet.
I'm gonna.
Am I
You don't
surrounded
find
by
many,
raccoons after an hour? Is the raccoon family
You're
back?
surrounded by a lot of animals, a lot of birds.
I finally figured out where he gets all the bodies.
Raccoon.
Oh,
That's the
God.
IRL.
No.
So after like an hour of meditating, is it getting closer to nighttime?
It's probably around when you do this. Probably around like 7 p.m. now.
Okay, I'm gonna take my bedroll off my backpack, unfurl it at the base of the tree, and just kind of like tuck myself in and just kind of go over and sleep at the base of the tree.
Sure. All right, you sleep here.
Right, you see Golo and Zephyr meditating.
Yeah, I don't.
You're not going to say anything? No?
No, I'm just gonna curl up and just turn my body away from you guys, facing sleep in like a fetal position.
Oh, okay.
Domitius. No response.
No.
Alright, I guess I'm sleeping at a tree.
All right, you guys take a long rest at the Ironheart tree. You wake up, the birds chirping around you, and you're here. You guys.
You wake up in the forest basement.
I know.
Oh,
Alright.
Trapped.
All right. And where did you sleep, Blackwood?
Yeah, in the warehouse.
In the
Alone
all
with my owl.
I'll sleep in the warehouse as well.
Okay.
Go
So,
by.
Zephyr and Blackwood sleep in the warehouse. Demetrius
Where's
and
Golo?
Golo.
I don't think I really slept. I was keeping an eye on Domitius. It's the night before.
Okay.
And you can never be sure.
You can gain a level of exhaustion then if you want.
I mean, I rest. I just don't
Okay,
full
you
night.
just okay. Cool.
I stay awake just staring at his body.
Cool.
For 2 hours, I intensely stare, and then I sleep my mandatory 6 hours.
Yeah.
This is not a
you
good night's
guys-
sleep. Yeah.
You guys
Um,
get done with your rest.
I've not
What do you
felt
guys wanna
anything from the tree overnight. Is it?
You feel mostly the same uneasy feeling that you did before.
Okay.
At like a consistent rate. Demetrius feels nothing. It's just normal, serene, peaceful, awesome.
Nice, restful sleep.
Right.
Yeah, nice rest.
I need to
What do
get
you guys
back.
want to do?
I need to get
Morning
back to
now.
the warehouse.
Like, little Golo.
Demetrius.
Like, get out of my bedroll and roll it up, put on my backpack, and stand up. Ready to meet the Archmage of Silent Hill.
Golo, I have other meeting today.
With Duran?
Duran and Steelwood? Steel? Black Steel. I didn't write his name
Steel
down.
sword.
Steel Sword. Steel Sword.
But when is that?
This afternoon. After sun. Full
Oh,
in sky.
We're meeting the Archmage in the morning.
Golo
You're
think
meeting Archmage at like 7 a.m. and the meeting with Duran is around 12 to 1 p.m.
Golo thinks
Sorry.
need to stay at the warehouse.
You're gonna stay at the warehouse then, not meet the Archmage?
Golo not very good to speak with Archmage anyway.
Is understandable.
Perhaps best used.
I'll go to the warehouse with you and see what's coming with me to meet the Archmage then.
Alright.
All right, what's the plan, boys?
Going to the warehouse.
Okay.
And are the books still that I left with Serena, or are they with me?
You tell me.
Did
Did you
she-
give them to Serena or?
Well, did she say that? Well, she said that.
Those are
the
all
Archmage wants
coded.
yeah, she wants to. The Archmage wants to meet with me, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Great. Then I probably would have taken the books
Meet with
back.
the group.
Yeah, I probably would have
Um,
taken the books back with me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then I'll go back. We go to the warehouse. Everyone else is here.
Yep, you see Blackwood and Zasser sort of making small talk.
Yeah, I told Blackwood that Gala and Domitius slept besides the tree
All right.
because he asked.
Who else is going with me to see the Archmage of Silent? Golo's
I'm
gonna
going.
stay here.
Golo
wait,
would
wait.
like backup.
Wait, who are you meeting?
He's meeting Duran and
Blackwood pretend not to know very good.
What?
He's meeting Duran and a
In
man.
our warehouse.
No.
In
That's
warehouse.
off- in
Duran.
warehouse.
Duran already
No.
knew about warehouse. No hiding.
Shit, but
Well,
Jafar
Okay.
probably
So-
already here in warehouse.
what time is?
What?
Oh God, what time is
What-
Duran
what-
gonna be
what?
here?
He said
said, like-
afternoon, right?
12 to
Afternoon?
1 p.m.
Yep.
12 to 1 p.m. Well, Golo, if I get done meeting with the Archmage, I'll come back to the warehouse as soon as I can.
Yeah, is the meeting? Will it take that long?
Would prefer wait outside the meeting done.
Okay. But if anything goes wrong, I'm gonna be.
Golo will shout
man.
very loud.
All right.
Is anyone else coming with me to see the Archmage?
yeah, I'm giving my owl to Golo so I can.
Cool.
And telling him to tell me this time if someone comes. Unlike last time where he just sat there.
Wait,
I'll
no,
ask.
nobody came.
No, when he met with Duran the first time, he just sat there instead of like telling me or anything.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I
Just
I
like-
was with Golo with Duran, so there's no point.
No, like first time at the tree. When
Mhm.
Golo was the only one there, and my
Mhm.
bird was there, or my owl was there too.
Hmm.
My owl was like,
This
didn't
isn't
tell me
important. Yep.
actu- Yeah,
That's a problem you have to have between you and your owl.
yeah, I know.
Have a discussion.
You have a hard talking to.
All right.
So
I'll ask Golo, do you want me to stay, or should I come with them?
The Ran would trust Seva. Would like you to stay. Your decision.
I'll stay. I'll stay then.
then I will heave up all the books with me and the journal and kind of. All right, Blackwood, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Did
All right.
Antinous is
Antonon.
Antonon, and did Antonon say where he'd be meeting us?
You guys will be meeting Serena at her office, and she said she would lead you to where you'll be meeting Antonon.
Let's go there.
So you guys head to Serena's office. You go up the stairs, the first door on the right, and who you see is Serena and an older Goliath that is 7'8" in height. He has gray skin and no hair. His eyes are stark white. He wears ivory robes with black trimming, as well as streaks of black goes across the robes. He has two necklaces. Both of them are attached by a steel chain. One of them has an opal, and one of them has a large tooth of a bestial creature. It looks to be quite sharp, actually. He also wears white gloves. On the backside of each of the gloves are abjuration runes, and on the palms of those abjuration runes, he also wears white leather belt that has
That's a what? You cut off at the end.
It has it's a white leather belt that has like a black line going through it. Yeah. And yeah. Serena says, "Hi. You're here. I'd like to introduce you to the Archmage of Silent Hill, Antonon Steelfin, also known as Antonon. Serena, please. Hi. Let's talk. I believe you're on the correct?
Yes.
Let's sit down. And do you guys want to sit down at the table?
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
Antonon?
This is apparently Antonon.
I'll stretch my hand.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Okay. You stretch out your hand to shake?
For a handshake.
Sure. He gives you a handshake, firm,
That's
very
mutual.
firm. All right. You gave me some books. This code that Jafar has implemented is quite a tough one. He was pretty smart, but I managed to crack one of the set of notes. The other two still eludes me. I see that you brought other books. With
Like, there's all these books in his basement. All of them were encoded.
I see. I'll get to that.
This one looks more like a journal, which might be of higher importance than these other 10.
I see. Okay. Well, the one that I was able to crack was a detailed notes of what was within the vault room of Jafar's house. Apparently, it held a cloak of invisibility, the ring of protection, a ring of cold breath, the staff of light, the braces of protection, and it was also slated to hold Cabal's ruin at some point. Now, I know this isn't very useful, but I feel I'm very close to cracking the other two. I also heard that what's your name, Blackwood? That you were requesting a cloak of fire resistance. Yes, from the Mage's Order.
As
We
Jafar
would
is
be
an evoker.
indeed. We would be happy to provide it, but the enchantment process could take upwards of 2 months. I had a proposal for you if you'd like to speed up the process.
And that is.
I myself have a similar cloak that is more powerful than the one you requested. Um, it is the cloak of enhanced resistance. It has a similar effect to the cloak of fire resistance, but it can resist all types of damage, depending upon the choice of the user. I'd be willing to give it to you if you would be willing to investigate something that is of interest to the Zoran Mage Order.
Very well. What is this investigation
Um,
that you're proposing?
About 3 weeks ago, we sent 3 apprentices to the southern mountains of near Silent Hill. Apparently, some unknown ruins were discovered. We sent them, and they haven't returned. We were hoping that to send a party or so to investigate these ruins and investigate what they could entail, and also what happened to the people we sent. They were supposed to return around 3 days ago. If you were to do this, we would pause the investigation you're doing now, and you would do this instead.
I think the investigation we're currently conducting
Is important.
is important, but I also believe that it has come to somewhat of a standstill, as we are currently waiting for you to do your work.
Yes. If you do this, I believe by the time you return, I will have completely decoded everything.
Yes, I don't know, Allura. Is there anything urgently that we can do, or for the investigation? There are no other leads that we can.
Serena pipes up. Not currently. I will try to get the meeting set up with the Zilarian Blades, so that you can talk to the Mage Hunters, so you can more effectively deal with Mr. Blackbrand. But that will probably take some time. This might be a good way to use your time. It'll also be more conducive to fighting Blackbrand if you have this cloak.
It's more productive use of our downtime, so to say.
If you want, the Zorian Maid's Order won't force you.
Yes.
If would you like to do this, or I need some sort of confirmation here? Astronaut says.
Well, I would like to check in with our entire group for this. Wishes, what do you think?
I'm really just fine with. I don't really have any purpose. Whatever you decide, Blackwood, I'll be going along.
All right.
Very well.
Domitius. Not Domitius. If there's anything else, please let me know. You can tell Serena if you'd like to participate or not, and we can go from there. I will get to work on decoding this and get the information to you.
Golo wishes.
Thank you very much.
Golo wishes he was there.
Yeah.
So he could make
thank you very much.
a jab at Serena.
See you later. And you guys leave. Do you guys want to head back to the warehouse? That meeting did not take long at all. It's been like half an hour, I would say. Maybe even less.
Great. So we're out of the meeting then? Well,
Yep.
Blackwood, that was productive, but we have a lot of time on our hands. What do you suggest we do now?
Oh, we don't have much to do until tonight, do we?
Well,
what are you doing tonight, Dom?
Golo and Sether still have that meeting.
Yeah, we do have that meeting.
A few hours. Yeah. Do you want to hang around the warehouse, just scope out what goes on?
Yes, I did go. What do you personally think about Jafar?
Me?
Yes.
Well,
where's this conversation happening?
On the way back.
Yeah, we're walking back. I personally think that Jafar is doing the works of some evil things. I'm not entirely sure what his MO is, but he also seems to be able to be adept at manipulating others for his own personal gain, and uses donating money to the orphanage and other kids as kind of a facade or a cover up to mask who he truly is.
By the way, out of DM, when did the betrayal the Black Brand did? How long ago was that? Was that like
It's probably been around 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay. And like after that happened, he went like off the grid, so to say,
Yeah,
right?
off the grid. Wasn't there
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, by the way, Sether, we did a long rest, so you can get everything back full health.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you're good. Yes, either he's putting up a very good front, a very expensive front, or might be that someone has replaced him.
Well, you think that Jafar
I
is
read
actually Jafar, but it's actually
I'm just saying there's a possibility. That book that I read about green dragons talked about one very specific dragon that disguised itself to that's the country we're in, right?
No, you're in Renkor.
We're in Renkor.
Hasang is where Jafar came from.
Yeah, Hasang is to the east. Yeah, about this dragon that in the land of Hasang to the east that disguised itself on multiple occasions just to try to assassinate the king. Saying, I know it's very far-fetched, but
yeah, but I mean, dragons are powerful creatures, and
yes.
it's
So a dragon could most likely pass for a high-level mage.
although I've never seen a dragon do magic, perform or cast spells before. I've seen.
Have I heard of dragons doing magic?
Make a history check.
Ah, yes. 2. Yeah, me neither, actually.
Most of the time, dragons don't really employ magic. There are rare cases where they can, though.
Yes. And if there are any dragons that know magic, it would be the powerful ones.
So, DM,
Mm-hmm.
Black Brand, what he betrayed who now?
So he betrayed his Orion Mage's Order. What happened is that Black Brand, Adrian Paharan, and Nazim Kadri went on an expedition into the mountains of Silent Hill to retrieve Cabal's ruin. On this expedition, on the way back, Black Brand apparently murdered Adrian and made off with Cabal's ruin.
And then the third guy,
Nazim let the Dorian Mage's Order know.
Yeah, no, he's still like around.
He's still alive.
He was just injured.
Yeah, he was severely injured.
Blackwood, do you think that it's possible that Jafar and Black Brand may be connected or linked somehow, or do you think
Jafar and Black Brand?
Jafar and Black Brand.
Yes, both linked.
That's Jafar is his first name. Black Brand is last.
Oh, okay.
They're very linked. They're almost together.
Yes, you might have come upon something.
Brilliant. Big brain.
I've never thought about it that way before.
Because he's always been introduced as Jafar, so I never knew like
Jafar Black Brand.
Jafar Black Brand.
I was not aware.
They are the same person.
Wait. It's Jafar of the House Black Brand.
Okay.
So
this
wait,
entire time leading up to this precipitating point, I've always thought that Jafar and Black Brand were two separate entities.
Oh god.
I'm treating them as such.
Now it's the same.
You connected the dots. Meanwhile, everyone else has like multiple lines. You have like 2 dots. Like yes, we have a name.
Holy shit! To discover it, everyone's like.
So maybe you mean to say Jafar might be connected to Nazim.
Probably. Or does this make Jafar like a not really like a threat to the entire the entire country, considering that he has both
So,
the Mornblade and Cabal's Ruin, two
as
presumably extremely powerful artifacts?
Those
as
are
the
pretty
orc,
powerful, and I
as the
wonder
Wait.
orc
what you could do with
mentioned,
them.
also
Jafar
said,
killed Adrian, right?
Yes,
But
and Adrian was more
supposedly.
powerful than Jafar was, apparently.
oh,
So not only
Yes.
does Jafar have a cloak of invisibility, he has a Cabal's Ruin
He has
and
a
the
lot
Mornblade.
of magical artifacts, and I don't know how invested you're in magic, but he was also researching the spell, which he has finished now, where he uses these magical artifacts.
And just for some logistical clarification, there are different levels within the Learn Mage's Order. So like initiates, acolytes, apprentice, arcanist, high arcanist. Then you have enchanters, enchanter, evoker, conjurer, illusionist, stuff like that within those schools. And then you have high enchanter, high illusioner, high conjurer, and then you have archmage.
So
Um,
how did druids fit into
so uh, druids are not a part of this hierarchy.
that? Okay.
Curiously,
They're their own
um,
thing, I guess?
yeah, probably. You guys don't know about that though. Mr. Blackbrand was on the level of an enchanter. Adrian was a high enchanter.
Shit.
Blackbrand is an evoker
Wait, yeah.
Did
So wait,
Nazim was the third guy, right?
though. Mm-hmm.
Did,
Nazim?
did Nazim ever detail like how Jafar was able to get the drop on Adrian in the Fido?
Just stabbed him. They didn't stab him in the back, but he attacked first.
Wonder if Jafar had the Mornblade at that time and killed him with the
Perhaps.
Mornblade. I don't know.
Perhaps we should talk with Nassim
We should.
if we should attempt to do this.
Yeah. Alright.
That is,
So, do we want to hang out at the warehouse, or do you want to hang out like somewhat nearby in case something does go wrong? We're close by.
yeah, I think maybe outside of the warehouse would be better.
Is there like a building or like some sort of place that we can hang out that's nearby the warehouse? No.
This is mostly just woods. So you have the warehouse
So
and you
two
have the path that
very
goes up.
good placed barrels that we can just sit in like next
So-
to the door, like
Yeah. So
Open up the bunghole and just like look through it, just like
yeah. There's the warehouse and there's a path that leads up to it, and then the warehouse and all the paths is surrounded by trees mostly.
Do you want to hide in the trees?
that seems like a good idea.
Okay.
Alright.
We're gonna stealth in the trees.
Cool. All right. So, and you guys are just waiting for his meeting, right? Zephyr and Gola.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have not come back in the warehouse. Micius and okay.
No. So around 12.
Before you go there,
Yeah.
during this time too, I'm just gonna explain this spell, like to my extent to the missions,
Okay.
just so you can read it on your own as a player, so I don't have to explain it to you.
For
So
The-
it's in
the
the
gate of Sir Rizadun.
Yeah, the gate. Yeah.
All right.
So start reading.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's really long. So around 12:10, Doran and this red dragonborn beside him walk into the warehouse. This dragonborn is tall, middle-aged, red-skinned. He has golden eyes and looks to be around 6 feet tall. He wears finely crafted, deep brown, studded leather armor. Parts of this armor have black leather straps that have various vials attached to them. One blackened leather strap attached to the left side of his waist holds a longsword, and another longsword is strapped to his back. On the right side of his waist, there are 5 finely crafted daggers that all dangle via blackened leather strap. Around his right hand, on his middle finger, there's a very finely made ring that has a ruby embedded into it. The ruby seems to glow with a force of some sort of fire. These two characters walk into the
Quick
where. Yeah,
question. We can see them approaching, right?
yeah, you can see them.
Yeah,
You
in
know
that
all
case,
this.
I am gonna give like fair warning to Golo through my familiar because I know my familiar can't speak to Golo,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna tell him like to inform him that this looks like a really dangerous person,
sure.
like Jafar level dangerous almost.
Wait, Duran or Steel Sword?
His bodyguard
Steel
had
Sword.
two massive swords, right?
Yeah, two
Two
long
long
swords,
swords.
Five
one on the
daggers.
left side and one on the back.
Yeah.
The daggers on the right side, they all dangle by a little steel
This
thing.
guy's
And then the
armed
ring.
for slaughter.
Yeah, this is the end of Golo.
Both of these characters walk into the warehouse, and they approach you, both of you. Hello, Duran speaks. Steel searches up. Hello, Golo. This is my acquaintance, or my friend, Brandon Steelsword. He's a part of the Leviathan's Den. You said you wanted to speak in private. I think this is the most private place there is.
Greetings, Duran. If this is a private place, how would you know of it?
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Are you sure we're in
Mostly,
private? Is what I'm
I'm
asking.
sure we're in private.
And you have met my friend Zephyr?
I was made curious of your activities after you met me with your friend Domitius, and so I investigated a little bit about your group and what they were doing.
So you're aware of the rest of the party?
Of course, Zasser from the Wolf's Teeth, Domitius, a fine soldier, and Blackwood, a strange warforge.
Yeah, very strange, that one. I do like his owl. And point to
Nice spirit.
Point to Zirin. So, Duran, do you know why I've asked to talk in private?
No, I do not actually. Could you explain as to why you want to talk to me in private?
You are already aware of our party. You are already aware of our warehouse. Are you aware of our duty?
What do you think?
Yes.
That's a reasonable assumption.
Okay. So, seeing that you are aware of our duties, why have you not stopped us?
Duran, you talk too little. Let me explain. The Dragonborn pipes up.
Wait, he speaks in Sylvan?
No, he doesn't speak in Sylvan. He speaks in Common.
Crap.
Now, my friend here likes to be real complex with everything. But let me just explain to you. We all know why we're here. We all know who we work for. Our employer asked to talk to you. Not asked for us to talk to you. And then Duran said, Mr. Steelsword, please calm down. Jafar is a misunderstood person.
No shit, this was good.
Wait, this is Duran speaking to me, right?
Yes.
In Sylvan now or in Common?
Sylvan.
Okay.
First he said in Common, he told him to calm down.
Okay.
Jafar is a misunderstood person. We would like to work out a deal and inform you of what's really going on. If you would be copacetic to this, then please confirm.
We're listening.
Question.
Zephyr can understand this, because a little bit, right?
A little bit.
Yeah,
He can pick up the
assume.
important parts.
Is
Yep.
Blackwood's owl in the warehouse?
Yes.
Blackwood, are you relaying this information?
Yes.
Yeah, he can do all this. Yeah.
And
Yes.
it understands Sylvan too, so...
Blackwood, this seems like a very dangerous situation for
Very much so.
our members. Do you think we should still stay here, just in case? Because
Do you think we can do anything in
I,
there?
I don't want to like start a fight with these people because these
No.
guys seem way stronger
But
than us.
this is the opportunity we've been looking for, to have a conversation with Jafar.
I mean, it depends.
if
I don't know if
they
Sether
know-
and Golo are going to be willing to have a conversation.
Well, we will find out.
We will
Stay
indeed find
tuned.
out after this
And-
break.
All right.
Yeah, after this break.
Stay tuned.
And if they
Give me a
die,
sec.
hey, I was like, hey, yo, what's going on?
All right. Back in 5.
All right, we are back with Moral Quandaries. We are in the warehouse of the party. Brandon Steelsword and Duran Shortfall have asked the party if they'd be willing to have a conversation about teaming up. So, would you like to join our goals?
Duran, before we answer, I have many questions.
And what would they be?
First of all, I would like to know which circle of druids you are from.
I personally am different than a lot of the druids that you will find, but the most closest resemblance would be the moon.
It's very interesting.
I can't wild shape naturally, and so I have these symbols on my body that help me channel the energy of nature through arcane means to achieve my goals.
Do you have any other wild shapes, Duran? Unnatural wild shapes?
Not yet.
So you do not wish to cure the infliction, you wish to become the infliction.
What infliction do you speak of?
I think we both know.
I think that's a discussion for another person.
Before we make a decision, could we meet with Jafar and speak?
Why not? And right beside the Dragonborn, you see a cloak appear, and before you is Jafar Blackrod. Sorry, I heard my name called?
Blackwood, do you think this would be a good time to maybe kind of...
Yeah, but like, what's your plan? Just kick the door down?
No, we
Hi, honey, we're home.
we approach like we're walking back to the warehouse as usual.
I do have a scroll of fireball.
No.
Let's do it, boys. Let's do it.
I think we should enter in slowly, hands in the air.
Do you want me to communicate the this to Golo, so
yes,
we
please.
can.
So they can tell them that we're
Okay.
approaching as
Uh,
a group.
Duran will understand your bird if he talks to me.
Yeah, that's.
You open the door
Yep.
to fire, just
So you guys communicate this, and Mr. Brandon goes to the door and just goes up beside it.
Okay. Jafar only speaks common. He doesn't speak silver.
He does not speak Silver, unfortunately.
Jafar,
Hello, Golo.
it is nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you too. How are you doing?
Good, but please no more fireballs. That hurt,
No more
Golo.
fireballs. We'll have a conversation, my friend.
Oh, hi, Jafar.
Jafar,
Just don't shoot at me first, right?
I have friends outside that want to enter.
They can come in. We know about them.
Alright. I'll-
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
tell-
no shit. He's probably like walked up to us like, oh yeah, they're here.
I'm
Clouds.
just imagining that me and Blackwood are like hiding behind the trees, and Blackbrand is like invisible, just standing behind us, just kind of like silently laughing to himself, like.
Fucking idiots. Yeah.
Alright, I'll tell Warmth
Do
is
you want to
around.
go first, Amishes?
Yes, I'll go first.
Yeah. Well then. ahead of you.
I'll go through with like my hands like away from my weapon, like that, just kind of like.
As you
Yeah,
guys
quickly,
come
slowly.
in, Jafar turns around. Hi, Demetrius. It's nice to meet you, as well as you, Blackwood. I believe we can all help each other here today. You guys wanted to have a conversation with me?
Indeed.
Yes, I guess.
Let's all sit down.
Okay. We've got
I
no
guess we-
chairs in this warehouse.
On the
We don't have any chairs or
Just
tables
quick-
or anything.
On the
crisscross
floor.
applesauce. What time is it, by the way?
Right now it's probably around
12:30.
12:30. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just kind of like twitching a little bit, just kind of scratching my neck, a little uneven,
Sure.
Got hairy hands.
uneasy.
Uneasy. All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Well, quick question too. This
Mhm.
the Dragonborn that accompanied them.
Mhm.
I can see that. Is he a wizard of any kind, or is he just muscle?
He seems to be muscle.
He's muscle,
I
right?
am just
Yeah, what-
muscle.
yeah. Me muscle, boy, big strong. Yeah, the armor. He had leather armor, right?
Studded.
Leather armor.
I'm imagining this
Studded
guy
leather.
is like
Certain leather armor.
Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was at the peak of like muscular fitness.
He's not that muscular. He looks very.
Yeah, he's lean.
He looks
right?
quick.
His muscles
Yeah.
just have muscles on
Yeah.
them.
He looks dangerous, but yeah.
There's a six pack in each of his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, each of them. All right. Yeah.
yeah.
So, what questions do you have for me?
Jafar,
Yes.
Golo not very good with common language. Jafar,
Unfortunately, I don't speak Sylvan, my friend.
that's okay. Jafar cut to chase. Golo understand.
Well,
But
I can
my-
cut to the
my-
chase, but I'd like to know the questions you have for me first.
Jafar, I have a question.
Yes.
What are exactly your main goals? I guess would be
I'd like to become immortal.
just
For
immortal,
what
that's it?
purpose?
I'd like to not die, mostly because I have. Sorry, let me back up. Around 2 months ago, me and my friend discovered that I was afflicted with a certain a genetic magical curse / disease. This magical curse / disease is literally turning my internal organs to dust. I need to find a way to cure it or not be affected by it anymore.
Golo thought Jafar was
My-
werewolf for a second. Not werewolf. Okay.
My friend Duran here told me that I have approximately 2 more years to live. And so I've been researching various means as to achieve immortality, cure my disease, find what's been afflicting me. And through this, I have done things that I'm not proud of,
Like the
but are
bodies in your basement.
necessary. Those people were bad people. Murderers, pedophiles, criminals.
What
Sick
is-
people.
Why does Serena view you as such a threat? And
Well, who wouldn't
personification
view
of
me as a
evil?
threat?
Well, you know who we're talking to,
she-
right?
I mean, threat is a broad term. I mean, anyone can be considered a threat. Why does she view you as more of like the personification of evil? To be a more apt term.
I don't think she does.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I am very valuable to the Mage's Order, being the only person who has invented the degree of spells that I have. The only one before me who was better was Frederick Anderson, but he's long since gone. Or Asmodeus, but who knows about him? I have a very simple goal. I can give you whatever you want. Whatever the Mage's Order is offering, I can offer you the same. But just work with me. I know, Demetrius, that you personally have a special interest in lycanthropy. I have the cure.
Hmm.
He pulls out
Javai.
this vial. He pulls out this vial, and it looks to be like a mixture of orange and black.
I'm going to
This is
turn
it.
to Duran and ask him, Duran, is this really the cure for lycanthropy? Did you do it?
I trust this man with everything that I have. It is the cure.
If it's the cure, why didn't you give him to Maurice Descartes?
Because one, it's been recent, and two, it's my leverage on the order. They want this. And for that, they'll keep me alive. For that, I am very valuable to them,
Are you
including
able to,
everything else.
Are you able to make another one of those?
This is duplicatable, of course.
What is the Mage Order? Why do they want to cure lycanthropy? I know it's...
Well, it's probably because they
Affliction.
want to raise an army or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's what I assumed. You have worked in the inner circles of the Mage Order.
Whoa.
We'll come back to that later. I have another question.
Okay.
The Saurian Mage Order, they don't actually care about the people, do they? Like, maybe,
To a degree,
so,
they
a few
care about
members.
themselves.
Yes.
To extension, they may care about their loved ones, and they care about what happens to their loved ones. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can speak to. Their motives are mostly to keep order through any means possible. So, take from that what you will.
And having a loyal army of lycanthropes would be a very
Keep
efficient...
order in the world. They act as. They are the military force for many countries. Xenathor, Masan, Baranda as well. They have bases within all countries except for Swarren. But nobody goes inside Swarren.
So
I am not a bad person.
Debate.
Oh yeah, I also wish to apologize for assaulting you in your home. That was, a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, don't worry. I
but-
threw a fireball. You guys threw some
Yeah,
bullshit.
it's,
That
it's
happens.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
bada bing, bada.
Hmm.
So, if we were to align ourselves with you, what would you want us to do?
You know that I have magical artifacts: Cabal's Ruin, the sword, the Mornblade, the Cloak of Invisibility. I'm not gathering these artifacts just to accumulate power for my own ends. I need specific artifacts to open the Tomb of the Gods.
Have I
It's
ever
a-
heard of the Tomb of the Gods?
Make a history check.
Really, so I was a nerd wizard now, so I knew all these things.
your history sucks.
Yeah, I know. My
You guys
history
can
is-
roll history as well.
Okay.
Actually, Mr. Zasser would know. The Tomb of the Gods is a rumored tomb that dates back to the time of the War of the Ancients. And it's rumored that this is the way that Asmodeus, the most powerful man on the planet, achieved his immortality. To access the Tomb of the Gods, I need specific artifacts to unlock what's inside.
Is Asmodeus the same deity that we to know as like the
Asmodeus is a
one of the
person.
archdevils? Oh, it's not Asmodeus.
Asmodeus is a deity and a person. So
They're not.
Asmodeus,
Are they the same person?
they're not the same person. No,
Okay, good.
they're different. It's just that there's this guy named Asmodeus.
Is
who happens
Duran
to be very powerful.
is Duran scared at all?
He seems pretty calm. Make an insight check.
Okay. Got a little insight.
Jafar, I made a promise to Maurice Descartes that if I could get my hands on a cure.
Say no more. A word once given, a word once received, and he hands you the vial.
I have another question.
Drink it.
Oh,
No, I look at it.
Of course you won't drink it, but you'll give it to Maurice, won't you?
Yes. Oh,
Wait,
oh,
so Jafar knows as well. That was what that was. Okay.
yeah, Jafar I think knows that.
Right.
I wanted.
I rolled a 23. What's Duran doing?
Yes. Duran is on the outset. He's calm, right? His demeanor is always calm, reserved. But
Mhm.
you can sort of tell through the fidgeting that he's doing. If this devolves, if this conversation devolves, all of these people are ready to let the blood flow.
But is Duran more of a... Does he look like he's friendly towards Jafar, or more like he's
Oh, yeah.
subservient?
Oh yeah, he looks like he's real friendly.
But not like a servant. He's not like his
Not like a
slave.
servant, like a friend.
But
Like a
close
very good friend.
Yeah.
And he's told me that he's from the Circle of the Moon, so he's a guardian of the wilds. And...
He said he's a special kind of druid, but he's close to the Circle of the Moon.
He's a ride or die homie with Jafar.
Don't like it's just he has druidic powers, right? No, he's like
Yeah.
an arcane druid.
You guys don't know his history, so I can't really explain
No,
to you what
but-
he is. So
When you said that earlier, it's more or
he
less.
has druidic powers, so yeah.
He's got a
he's
tree
got
in his
druidic
room.
powers. Yeah,
Gotta
Jafar-
trust a guy with a tree in his
a
room.
lot of rich people have trees in their room. Okay.
It's a full-on tree.
Jafar,
It's not like a little bush. Oh, go on,
Jafar,
sorry.
I apologize if I may not be so quick to change loyalties here, but just as a question, what would be the next sort of step if we were to accept this partnership or whatever you may call it with you and your interests? What would become of us and Silent Hill and Zorian Mage's Order? Whatnot?
Well, first I would give you information relating to our activities and the other people who are like-minded. Then I would give you tasks. After I've achieved my goals, I would give you what you ask and give all the other people who have promised what they've asked. After all of that, I will make contact with the Zorian Mage's Order once again and use all the leverage that I have to reinstate myself and hopefully change from the inside. I've been working.
I'll turn
make
to
the world-
Duran and ask him what he wants. What has Jafar
Also,
promised him?
can I do an insight check on Jafar to see if he's actually like truthful about giving
Make an
people
insight.
what they
Make an
want?
Yeah, I
insight
want to
check.
see if he's lying as well.
Sure, make an insight check, guys. You guys, I'm guessing like you guys are all doing like active in.
Yeah.
Blackwood.
Hmm?
He seems truthful.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You can never be
Seems truthful.
Seems. Yeah.
But
This is like a high level person with.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
yeah.
Did Duran answer me?
Duran. What do you want from this? Sort of like my friend. I hope to make the world a better place through cures. I'm a druid who likes to focus on curing people mostly. I deal with diseases, and I like to keep the natural world in order, a separation of man and nature.
Gullo's in at that point.
Are all your donations just part of that? Don't you need like the money for your
Yes.
research?
Yes, I was also going
The
to
Zorian
ask
Mages Order gives enough money to its high mages. I can afford to lose some. I already live a good life. I have what I need. I can give other money to the people who need it, to the people who don't have as much as I do.
So I was going to ask, when you have
Understood.
achieved your immortality, what then? Would you?
Then I make contact with the Zorian Mages Order and use my leverage to be reinstated and change the system from the inside.
You said something briefly about the Tomb of the Gods.
Indeed.
Is that just as a means to an end to gain immortality, or is there something else there that?
Yes. My continuous research on the topic still goes on. I believe I've located some locations where the Tomb of the Gods might be, and also what is required. Um, the research still goes on. Sorry, I'm rambling. What was your question again?
I just wanted to know what the importance of the Tomb of the Gods was in relation to your quest for immortality.
It's mostly to gain immortality. There could be interesting things within that ancient tomb, but what I hope is to gain immortality. And of course, if Duran, with his brilliant mind, can discover a cure, and I don't need to go for immortality anymore, I will go for the cure. I have no interest in amassing power, just to that end. I just want to not die with such a short life.
How
I
old
want
is
to
your
make a
father?
difference.
It's like, is he middle aged? Is he like young?
He's pretty young actually. He's probably around like 20. Yeah,
And he's so
he's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
I don't know about the others, and I don't want to speak for the others, but for me at least, I don't really have many loyalties other to myself. I don't really have a loyalty to the Zorian Mage's Order. I don't really have a loyalty to the Silent Hill in general. I'm more of just contracted here for money and for the entertainment of the thrill of the hunt. So
I'm in the
Thrills
if
I
same
can
boat.
provide.
if
I'm in the same boat about the
this
first part.
partnership is in the best interest for not only my survival, but for also the continuation of my adventures and my journey throughout, I'd be willing to agree to this.
What would you need us to do? What can we do that you can't?
I have various tasks lined up for various groups. For yours, I would like you some new runes that have been discovered on the southern mountains of Silent Hill. They're called the Everwind runes. The Zorian Mages Order was investigating it, but they have I don't know what they've discovered. My sources on that topic have gone dark, so I was looking for a group to go into there and see what they can do and
That was
discover.
the place that they told me to go to, right? That was the
Really?
second.
Yes,
Was
it
it?
was.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
Yes, we do have information about that.
Wait, what information do you have about that?
It's that they are. Before we overshare anything, can we all, four of us, be in agreement that none of us have any loyalties to the Mage's Order? Because I do not.
no, I don't.
Yeah.
My
But
loyalty is to the living.
I do want to add something. Serena Fosswood, I understand that you know that she's our handler. She
Yes.
said something along the lines that if we were to break our contract or go against the wishes of her, then she would have to have her supervisors uh, come after us and seek us out for our death.
Yes, a classical contract. It's within these higher end contracts, they do require a certain level of discretion upon their contractors. If you were to side with me and they were to find out that you have abandoned or betrayed or in any way subverted the contract, they would send people after you. But I can guarantee that those people will be dealt with
Can.
through my means.
Okay.
Mr. Brandon over here is quite the sellsword.
Is he?
Yes,
Is
it's quite
Brandon still-
expensive too.
Is Brandon still outside, or is he just kind of like hanging in the back?
He's
Brandon,
leaning on the
Brandon
door.
is now sitting. He was beside the door.
Okay.
He sat down with you.
Are we all just sitting in a circle on the floor?
Aww.
Yeah.
I'll
So
say in
peaceful.
Draconic to Brandon, I'll say, well, it's very nice to meet you. I hope that if we do come to an agreement here, that we can find similar interests with each other.
Yes, a good spar afterwards would be nice.
It would.
Cool.
Fortunately for me, and I turn to Jafar, I'm a little bit on borrowed time at the moment, both today and in the next few years.
Yes,
Sure
the
you-
full moon is coming out.
It is, and I'm also
Wait, he says that in common.
Yes.
Oh, Blackwood already knows.
yeah.
Job.
Zephyr must have put 2 and 2 together by now.
Seth, I don't think Seth is stupid.
No,
Yeah.
And
Zephyr is the smartest one out of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
he's just
Yeah.
been quiet. Yeah,
Wait, is he really?
yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
yeah,
Wait.
and Jafar.
Wait, no, you are now.
Yeah, I am now, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you've gone up to
I
15.
feel really bad
Yeah,
if he
yeah.
had more intelligence than me and it's not one of his main stats.
Yes, Domitius.
I'm sure you also can understand.
His wisdom,
that
he's got height. Yeah.
38 years old as a human, and I'm starting to reach the end point of my adventuring career, so I'm also on borrowed time on that front as well. So you might be able to understand why I may not be so tempted to drink the cure that you've provided.
You can make your own choices. You tell me what you want, and I will try my best to get you what you want.
Thank you.
Jafar,
Yes, Gola.
big picture. What caused rift in Renkor?
Now we're talking.
Jafar caused rift.
No, Jafar not powerful enough to cause that.
Zerai Mage's order caused rift.
Zoran Mage's order contribute to Rift. The Rift is a complicated topic that I would rather not discuss now.
Rift is
Maybe
not
after-
natural. Rift need close. Rift.
The Rift does need to be closed. I think the Wolf's Teeth are working on that, but I believe that they don't have enough information. They are
Zephyr.
not a part of the Zoran Mage's order, and the Zoran Mage's order holds all the cards.
Hmm.
I think it's best to establish before we go further with this. All in favor of this new partnership and change of loyalties. Raise their hand.
Golo not loyal.
I'll raise my hand.
Hmm.
Hello, you're not in favor of this new partnership.
Golo want to restore order to nature and find parents. Golo not pledge allegiance to man.
I wouldn't say pledge allegiance, but
Duran
I'd say,
says his allegiance is to nature.
I'd say work with the interests of Duran and Jafar.
The best way to get what you want is to work together with Jafar.
Golo work in interest of nature. Jafar understand.
Duran says, I work in the interest of nature too, Golo. I can understand.
Thank you.
I think
Zerai.
we're all like mind here.
So we're in agreement then.
Golo,
I believe so.
Golo can't convey that in comment.
I'll outstretch my hand to just shake on it.
Jafar will shake your hand. It is weak.
He's
It's not a strong handshake at all.
Shocking grasp, 17th level.
Like you can he looks fine, but like you can tell he's like getting weaker and weaker.
Seeing as it's kind of like a weak grasp, I'm not gonna like do like really firm grip or anything like that. I'm just like,
You pull his hand off.
Throw him across the warehouse.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that we could come to an agreement. Duran will give you more details, and I will tell Brandon to make sure that anyone who comes after you is dealt with.
Mhm.
We will meet.
Let's
I
do
would say whenever you're done, I will give you a scroll of travel, and you can communicate to me when you're done, and we can have another conversation. If there's nothing else, I think this is a dangerous place for me to be. So I'll go. If you,
Understandable.
I can tell you where I am. So if for some reason you're not able to contact me, I am on the border of Renkor and Veranda, within Lockhart Keep. If you join me there, you'll find me there. All right.
another quick little thing. While we
Mhm.
were searching your house for the Soria Mage Order, we might have released an iron golem on the second floor. Just want to
Oh,
make sure.
yeah.
Does that
shit.
leave your house?
No, it
Because
shouldn't. It turns off once it
okay,
leaves
just
the room.
I had to
But I have to go fix that. That shit was so expensive. Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna
yes,
go.
I
He
apologize.
snaps his
Whoops.
fingers and he's clapped out of
Whoops.
existence.
I turn to Blackwood and say, you know what? It might be best if we try to get those books back from Antonon, or he starts reading them.
Oh,
How do you?
we should ask him.
We should have. How do you propose we do that?
Obviously, I don't think we go back today because that'd be a little strange. But
No, but at all. How? When we have turned this in, this is there. Like our part is done. What would we?
Our part is not done. Party
No, but
investigate your far. Party need books
yes,
for
but at this,
investigation.
yeah. But why
I'll
would we need
ask.
to leave with the books and then not come back with them?
well,
That
put
would
it
be
this way.
highly suspicious.
We would only
Uh,
need to get the
Don't
books
worry about being
away
highly
from them.
suspicious here. Brian pipes up. If they do come after you, you guys will break the contract and they will find out you are not you're not sneaky enough to deceive the Mage's Order. But I will deal with anybody who comes after you.
Yeah, technically, Blackwood, we've already broken the contract at this point. Whatever we
Yeah,
do
and they
afterwards
most
is
likely have
just
something.
would provoke them to know what happens. We just have to tread very lightly around the Archmage.
Wait until next session where Golo has a meeting with Serena where he tells her about the meeting with Jafar and the double cross.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Gold. This speaks that?
No.
I'll ask Doran. Do you know what's in those books? Are they like important? Would
Which books are you referring to?
It's decoded journals that he had in his basement.
Yes, they're a. The books in his basement are books about his experiments. He has various books in his house to detail his recent activities, like very detailed.
Yes. So, do you
How do you
have any
propose
idea
how we can get this back from the Archmage that's currently decoding them?
Okay,
okay.
I
We
will.
kind of fucked up previously, but
like we kind of should have had this meeting early.
yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, we had no idea that we would be switching sides at this point.
Yes.
You said the Archmage offered you a contract to investigate the ruins.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I would go back on that pretense and say that you wanted to go investigate those ruins, and also that on your way you can take some of the books off of his hands and decode them yourselves as you've gained a new member.
Hmm.
Just an idea. Not sure if it would work. Deceiving an archmage is a
Risky business.
high
but
task.
We can't
But
take all the
he doesn't. He
books.
doesn't. If he believes you as it is, and if you can get away with that, then even if he doesn't believe you in the future, it doesn't matter because we have Brandon here.
My
Brandon, just out
Monsieur
of
Brandon.
curiosity.
Brandon's just a fucking
Monsieur Brandon! Just out of curiosity, what is the most powerful person you have slain? Is Archmage on the list?
Most powerful person? I'm not sure. I've slain mostly just beasts. I have dealt with mages before. From the Zorian Mages Order, I've killed a high enchanter once.
Yes, I was also going to. The story we got from the story Mage Order was
Mhm.
that Jafar murdered the High Enchanter. I assume that
Peter.
was your doing then. Was that not?
No, that was actually Jafar. That was not me.
Why did he do that?
I was hired after that happened.
He's to
What?
get Cabal's Ruin, where he is.
Yeah.
He wanted to receive Cabal's Ruin, but Jafar tells me that Mr. Adrian was had a very particular interest within the people of lower age.
No. Okay.
So, Duran, I'm going to ask you just point blank, or Brandon, I'm going to ask you point blank. Does Jafar actually kill only those who are criminals or evil intended, or
What I believe is he likes to justify himself a lot, but
it's a good
he's
answer.
not a bad person. I wouldn't say that. Whether for me, I don't really care if you're a bad or a good person. You can. Do I believe him? Sure.
I mean, you have your own interests, of course, so I'm not going to question
Similar ones to Jafar. I'm afflicted with the same curse he is.
Oh.
I don't really. He's a friend, but I don't really have a choice in the matter anymore.
Got it.
Who's
His
doing
ends are mine.
I don't think we do either anymore.
Well, if this meeting is adjourned, I'm going to make my way over to Maurice's house.
After you've done so, after you've concluded all your business in silence, come see me, Duran says, and we will talk about the next step.
Right.
Duran,
Yes, go.
may I accompany you in your laboratory?
Sure. Where would you like to, though?
I just want to get a feel for what you do.
All right. You can come by. Or you can come right now. What are you guys doing?
I'm
Brandon leaves.
I'll ask.
Hmm?
I'll ask him who's doing is the curse. Like, how did
The
you?
curse is a genetic curse. Jafar's father cast off Blackbrand. Apparently, and I'm not sure about this. You would have to ask Jafar more about this. But apparently, he made a deal with some sort of entity to achieve a goal relating to his romantic. And for the payback, all of his progeny now lives with this curse. But for more details, I think you should ask Jafar in the future.
And how are you connected to that?
I'm a friend. I lived in Sang as well, in the the city of Anvil. I met Jafar. Oh wait, sorry. No, I lived in the city of. I heard of Jafar after he had become famous for being a very gifted mage. I went to find him, and becoming sick of my homeland, I decided to see the world, and through that, eventually, I became a druid.
Okay. And where is Jafar's father now?
I'm deceased.
I am
Does
hurriedly
anyone
running
know
to
that?
You've met him.
Hmm.
What?
You've met him in Jafar's basement.
That. Wait. That was his
Holy
father?
shit!
No way.
Oh! Fuck.
He keeps his dead father in his basement?
Dude, I have.
Is it the one with the
What
blue
about-
eye? Is
I
it?
think those are some details that I am
What
not
about his mother? Is she also
also
deceased?
there.
Dude, so I collected the blood
Does
of his dead
anyone know
father.
that?
Yes. I think that's a conversation you should have with Jafar. I don't think I'm comfortable revealing this sort of information to you.
Okay, but do
I-
people know that his parents are dead? Because
Which
The-
people?
The
I mean,
common people, the
Mage Order?
Saurian Mage Order.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge, not yet. They just believe they're missing.
Okay, because
It's not-
Frostwood would find them.
His sister is alive, though. Me and some of Jafar's companions have been making sure she's safe and not under threat.
Understood.
If there's anything else, I'll be going.
I have, by this point, I've already sprinted out of the thing.
Yes,
and
you've printed
on my
out
way
and
to
you're
hers.
Maurice Descartes, and you bang on the door.
Mm-hmm. Maurice!
And quickly, the door opens. Domitius, hey, what happened?
I have something for you. I understand that the time is very precious at this moment. I pull out the vial.
Is that
It is.
how do
Go
you
with-
get it?
It's complicated. It's a long story.
Okay, I don't care. If
But-
that's it, then I'll
For you, there's no strings attached to it either. It's for you. I made a promise and I intended to keep it.
come sit down.
All right, okay.
Okay, so you sit down at the table, and he drinks it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it?
He dead? Is he just choked?
I think.
He poisoned?
Explodes.
I hope. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I still think that you should go to woods just in case.
Will you accompany me?
No, no.
Oh no!
The missions, it worked! It's like, roar.
I
Well, I
respectfully,
didn't get one.
respectfully, don't think that's the best idea.
But if it doesn't work, then what should I do?
I still think you should chain yourself to the tree, as we discussed.
Okay. How about we go together? You can.
We'll need 2 trees then.
I didn't take the cure myself.
I see.
That's
Okay.
why I don't think it's the best we go together.
I see.
You're the first one to receive the cure.
Thank you so much. I will do it as you've told me, and
If
please.
you don't turn, then unchain yourself and return back to your home.
Yes.
Be with your family.
I will. Please come by with everybody in your group.
I'll
I
come
want
by
to thank you
tomorrow.
formally.
I'll come by tomorrow.
Good luck.
You too. And I'll head out.
All right. You leave. You leave, and I think that's where we'll leave off. When we on the next session, we'll be doing
Nighttime.
Demetrius's turning, and that'll be exciting. But other than that, I think we're done. That's it.
Cool.
Our 4 hours is up.
Damn.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you. Oh wait, what's next week's session? Are we changing to Sunday or doing Saturday?
I think it's
Uh,
back to Saturday? The
Back to
second?
Saturday, right?
Back to
If everybody's-
Saturday.
Second of November?
Is it? What sort of time slot? Are we still...
Probably. Do you guys want to do earlier? Or...
Can't do much earlier because I have another session earlier, and I would like at least like an hour or something in between.
Okay, sure. No, I'm just not. So we can do around like
the same again, or an hour later?
5
or-
EST, 5 EST to
5 EST.
9 EST.
All right. So what's that?
Sure.
4 hours? 3 hours later. Next Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
It's so annoying to plan because they've changed summer times and stuff like
Yep.
that. Now I really wish
Yeah.
they just decided.
So,
Well, that's changed back next
Yes.
week. So
Mine's changed yesterday, so basically
So, what'd
at
you say,
4
5
in the
p.m.
morning.
5 p.m. EST.
Yeah, 5 p.m. EST
We'll work
to
it out next
9
week.
p.m. EST.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Take
If
care.
anything changes, we'll let you know.
Time and
Bye.